I told them in the strongest of words to just do it.
You see, this is a we just do it kind of show.
I don't get any respect.
Happy anniversary, baby. Happy anniversary.
Episode 706.
On our 10th anniversary.
Are you a boner guy?
Oh, I was a boner guy.
You know what? I miss penis.
What are you talking about?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Is it going to be absolutely riveting? Is it going to change your life by any stretch? Probably not, but it's going to be at least entertaining, okay?
By the way, for those people that are in the back, remember to shut the fuck up.
Mattio!
Cuz-a-roo.
Slap-a-rooney.
It's showtime.
WATP.
WATP.
Hello, Rubber Necks and Cuz-a-roos. Welcome to another episode of Who Are These Podcasts, the only show that doesn't just cover the Dabbleverse, we live it. I'm your host, Carl. With me every Wednesday, slightly more interesting to talk to than Ava and $2 Dan, it's Adam Bush. What's up, Adam?
Looking good, feeling good. How you doing, Carl?
I'm doing fantastic. Producer Chris is here.
Hello.
As well. The reason why I'm doing fantastic is because, yes, it is our 10th anniversary. Thanks to Troy Smith for putting together this artwork for us to help us celebrate 10 years of Who Are These Podcasts. We launched, I think our first 4 episodes dropped March 2nd, 2016. Of course, back then, audio was all the rage with the kids.
Yeah, they really like listening to stuff.
Kids are like, MP3s, MP3s.
Yeah.
So it was just an audio podcast when we launched it, when Kevin and I launched it. You know what's crazy? So this year is the 10th anniversary of Who Are These Podcasts. It's the 25th anniversary of The Isotopes. Both things I started with Kevin, and both things Kevin has nothing to do with for years. So I'm like, celebrate, like, we, like, oh. Anyway, so it's our 10th anniversary. And thank you all for the support and everyone being here for us. We do appreciate that. It's been an amazing 10 years from hobby to profession.
Yeah.
It's like the American dream or something.
Kind of.
I don't know. Anyway, please go to whoarethese.com. You get our email address, a voicemail number, link to our subreddit, link to our Discord server, link to our merchandise, link to our YouTube channel, and that link to Patreon and Supercast featuring 2 exclusive bonus episodes every month if you sign up on our YouTube page. You also get the bonus episodes that come out every month, as well as the Saturday shows that we do behind the paywall. Of course, the other thing you can find on whoarethese.com is our mailing address. Yeah. And we love it when you guys make us stuff and send us stuff, drugs, hot sauce, Cooey action figures. All of these things are appreciated. Patreon.com/whoarethespodcasts. What's cool about that is I post the audio of all the stuff that I do outside of Who Are These Podcasts. For example, I go on Drew Lane's show every other week. Yesterday I was on Drew Lane's show, and we were breaking down, obviously, John's show on Friday in New York, but also Sophia Franklin. Do you remember Sophia with an F?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Well, she was on Call Her Daddy with Alex Cooper. And then when they were going to get signed for big bucks at Barstool, Sophia fucked up and was trying to hold out. And they're like, we don't need you. And now Alex Cooper makes $100 million a year, has deals with like NBC covering Olympic coverage and like doing all this crazy shit. You know, she had that interview with Kamala Harris. She's like this legit broadcaster. And Sophia gets 1,500 views per video that she puts out on her YouTube page. So Sophia has written a tell-all book.
Oh.
It's been 6 years since the breakup between her and Alex Cooper.
What's it called? I Fucked Up?
It's called Daddy Issues. It should be called I Fucked Up. The worst part is when she's promoting it. Oh, there's a couple things that are very funny. Anyway, you'll hear all of this if you go to patreon.com/whoarethespodcasts. I break down the whole thing. The book doesn't come out until November, and she's promoting the hell out of it. Like, hey guys, you could give me money now and pre-order it. Like, no thanks. Probably not. But the other funny thing that she says to promote it, she goes, now it's called Daddy Issues, and I actually do have dad issues, both with my real dad and my stepfather. I'm like, oh, great. Can't wait to read this book.
Oh, literal Sophia.
Yeah, I mean, the only time I want to girl with daddy issues is when I'm in the mood for anal. It's not necessarily what I want to read about. All right, that got nothing from producer Chris. Heckamania 3 is coming up.
Well, it might be a little early, but I'm co-writing a book with Kevin, your former co-host, called Why Do I Podcast? That'll be out next year. So.
Sweet.
Just in time for your holiday
I
special.
fucking hate everyone. Is everyone against me? What's happening right now?
Shut up.
Stick to the script, girl.
All right. Hackamania, whatever. You guys know about that. We encourage our listeners to give us 5 stars or whatever. You can support us using the super... Shut up.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Shut up. You can support us using the super tip system, supertip.gg/WATP. And that helps us keep the lights on. And it also gives you a chance to participate in the show as we're going. Coming up on the show today, Bill Burr, Stuttering John, Opie's returns. Is it gay? The Opie or Burr gay? Blah, 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 blah. But first...
God, I miss Croge so much.
It's a very exciting episode, guys. Just have to trust me on that one.
Indeed.
There's a podcast called Lights Go Down with Stephen Harrison. And back in 2022, February of 2022, Stephen Harrison wasn't there. Right?
Yep.
They had a fill-in guest.
Mm-hmm.
And the fill-in host, Ryan Goodrich,
Yes.
brought in a very interesting character that you might know as the violinist from the Dave Matthews Band. Now, full confession, I've been to many Dave Matthews Band shows back when this guy, Boyd, was in the band because I was dating a girl who was obsessed with Dave Matthews.
Yeah, we don't need excuses. Just you saw the shows, you loved it. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
So I remember when this happened, where all of a sudden
Bagaboo!
he was just out of the band, and you tell the story. There were allegations. Was there criminal charges, a lawsuit? What happened, Adam?
Oh, he was with the band in Charlottesville, Virginia, from when they played small clubs to stadiums, an original member. And at the height of their powers, he announced he was stepping down due to unknown health issues. The next day, sexual allegations came out, and the band officially fired him.
Okay. So he knew that was coming, tried to get out in front of it.
I'm guessing.
And that was what, settled out of court or something?
That's what happened.
So he didn't actually, there weren't any criminal charges or anything like that.
Yeah, he settled out of court from some former musician and has been keeping a very low profile in Charlottesville, Virginia, where this podcast is. That's why this guy had access to him.
Yeah, because no one's really heard a lot from him. I guess he has a social media presence.
He does.
But we'll get into that in
sure
a little
will.
bit. I have to tell you, and Adam, I don't know how familiar you are with Dave Matthews Band, but like I said, I've seen their act a lot. And I always thought this guy was the weakest link.
I agree.
Okay. It seemed like every violin solo was 5 notes going up and down and back and forth. He didn't really have a lot of creativity.
I would call his playing style as athletic.
Yeah. Right. Like he's
aggressive.
moving a lot. Yeah, right.
But the same kind of notes over and over again. Meanwhile, they have one of the greatest drummers in music behind them.
My God.
So,
and thank you. That was what I would do when I would go to these concerts. I would just stare at the drummer because he's fucking amazing.
Insane.
Really good stuff. So Boyd Tinsley, did I say his name yet? Boyd Tinsley is the violinist. He's the guest, formerly of the Dave Matthews Band. And walk us through what this podcast is. Let's get some clips started here.
you can start right at the top with their intro.
Okay.
For those joining us on this, what day is it? Monday, Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. It is Tuesday.
On this day. On this night. It's really good to have on none other than Mr. Boyd Tinsley.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello. So, we have to echo out in Charlottesville.
What the hell? So they're all just super high?
I guess.
Yeah, okay.
They're outside. I think there's a campfire. There's definitely no microphones. There's a third guy. No need to tell us who that is. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all just talking over each other. Boyd says hello, and they can't stop laughing.
It might be popcorn. They might be making popcorn.
Is that what it is?
No, definitely not. It's probably a campfire.
It's very distracting.
Uh-huh. So, right. Does an interview start at some point? What happens next?
It's never really starts or stops. It's if you listen, if you're not a big Dave Matthews fan, then this is not the episode for you. But if you are a big Dave Matthews fan, this is also not the episode for you because there's nothing in there. It's just terrible. The first question he asks is about the song Ants Marching, a big hit for them.
Yep.
That's the song to sum up living around here, man. And it's really cool to be out here doing this, man, because I've listened to your stuff for a while, not just in the group that a lot of people know you from, working with Dave.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah. Oh, we have
my phone.
You're off to a good start.
Ants Marching, you say. I've never heard the song, and I learned nothing from that clip.
You've definitely heard Ants Marching. I'll fight you.
Okay.
I also know how to play that song on guitar. Shut up. It doesn't matter. I dated a girl.
He wakes up in the morning.
Hope it was worth it, Carl.
Take these chances. All right, what else? You got?
And they will talk about Ants Marching, and you will learn absolutely nothing about it. Boyd right there cutting off the host is the best thing he does the entire episode. He goes on to explain why he's going to be the worst podcast guest ever.
You have to forgive me. I just sort of have a habit of just sort of rambling on and going from subject to subject. I have no. It was like there was a main road, and then I kept like taking like little turns here and there until I'm lost. You know, I have no idea where I started. You know, I just kept going though. Oh my God!
Imagine being in a band with this guy.
Oh.
I would if they were like, hey, by the way, I think Boyd is gonna be in some trouble for sexual assault allegation. Like, thank God, can we get another violinist, please? This guy's so annoying.
What's great about it is they never got another violinist.
That's true. They didn't replace him, did they? They're like, yeah, we don't actually need that instrument in this band.
It was an accidental good move.
Yeah, works out well.
It's like your worst nightmare of taking one day off work and then finding out that you're completely replaceable and not needed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see an example of his circuitous way of talking, he finally addresses how he did the solo for Ants Marching.
Yeah. And it was like the last day, and my wife was there with me and our baby girl Abby at that time. She was there, and they were actually in the car with the car running, waiting for me while I was recording the solo to Ants Marching.
Who fucking cares?
Did you choose a scale?
Is
or
your
a
wife
mode?
hot?
How big are her tits?
Yes.
Were you going anywhere? What was happening?
What's happening here?
He has another great anecdote about Ants Marching on number 6 right there.
Number 6.
There's a point, maybe it's between sets or something like that. They'll introduce like a bunch of people. They'll call your name up, you stand up and wave and shit. But then they'll play like Ants Marching, and it's at the U.S. Open and shit, and it's really fucking cool, man. And it's just like, what a fucking honor to.
Cool.
I think U.S. Open?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He would go to the U.S. Open, and sometimes they'd play the song, and he'd stand up and wave.
Probably not recently, though, right?
Nothing is recent for him. Everything he talks about is from 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he still says, it's really kind of sad.
I could see why he would stand out at the U.S. Open.
Huh, why is that? Because of his height? The dreads? What are you saying?
Yeah. He is tall.
Does he bring the fiddle? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think he has the fiddle with him. I just think a lot of white people enjoy tennis.
I was going to say, this sounds like white people nervously talking to a black dude at the bar that's sat next to him.
Yeah.
They got the nervous laughter. Everything's fucking funny that he says.
Uh-huh.
It's like, well, I guess everything I say is funny.
Yeah, no one just goes, hey, retard, form a sentence.
Yeah.
Because you don't say that to black people, He's got to be polite.
Not often enough.
No.
Well, Boyd has an interesting tact. He goes lower than them. Like, they lower the bar to giggly fool, and he's like, I can outdo that.
Yeah.
Watch this.
I'll stutter and stammer on top of that.
Uh-huh. And this next bit is what you always call a phone call, not a podcast.
Is this clip 7?
Yes.
They're still around, you know. I mean, I played Miller's, that's still around. And
Yeah.
played there with this guitar player named Harry Faulkner.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's crazy enough about him is that he was a teacher at Albemarle when I was there.
Holy shit.
And I heard through my mom, because she worked in the school system at a tech school in Charlottesville that's, they're still there today at K-Tech. Was
cool.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize that you're recording a podcast episode when you start going off on anecdotes like that.
It's for no one.
Yeah, no one could possibly care about it.
And if you check out number 9, Boyd finally reveals some Dave Matthews Band secrets.
Where there's a restaurant called the Eastern Standard down the mall, and then it has changed a few names, and I don't know what it is now, but it's toward where the ice skating rink used to be.
Yeah.
And it was down there, and that's where like DMB, we would like play there like every, I don't know, Tuesday or whatever it was.
Shit.
Oh shit! Tuesday. Oh my god! Can't even
The old ice
imagine.
skating rink.
Wow.
You want to know what Boyd Tinsley is watching on TV?
I sure do.
Now there's like so much stuff to watch and stuff, you know. But back then it's like we watched the same shit. You know what I'm saying? We watched everybody from that grew up in that generation.
That's so crazy.
It's like we watched the same stuff, the same TV shows,
Say Dallas, motherfucker. Say Dallas. You know you want to. Actually, I've never heard that before. There used to be fewer channels, fewer options for entertainment. No one's ever brought that up before. Interesting.
He's got some hot takes, especially on politics. He says with everything going so poorly, he knows for a fact that things in the world are getting better with number 11.
An encouraging thing is like some voices that I have heard negative in the past. More recently, I've heard very positive, and I won't mention any. But well known, and I that's huge.
That's huge.
That's huge, and that's
news.
Exactly.
Because when they have that big of a platform, it's like that's big news.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Why upload this? Why did someone choose to upload this? Who would want to listen to it?
I'm guessing they're hoping one day I would find it. I
Yeah,
did.
well, you did. So here we are. And by the way, there is a payoff for this. There's a reason why Adam is very interested in Boyd and what he's up to these days. Because let's just say he's not playing fiddle in another giant band. That's not the career trajectory that he's taken.
No, he has taken glory dazing into a whole nother level.
Things have gone a little south for him.
Now, even Boyd knows that this conversation is going on and on and on, and he very clearly tries to end it right here.
But that's what's up now, though.
Oh yeah.
World.
No, please go on.
So that's what's up. You didn't say anything. What do you mean? I don't even know what's up. That's what we're trying to figure out over here.
They go on for another hour.
Fuck. How long is this episode?
It's too long. It's too long.
Don't be so specific. I just
Until the campfire dies out.
Even then, they're still going. There's like a fox that starts howling, and then a coyote, and they start getting worried, but they won't leave.
Jesus Christ.
Do they get mauled?
That would be a great ending. I wish it was that good. Number 13 is an example of why it goes on for so long, because they get each other.
It's going to be a process, And it's almost like sometimes you just go too far and you realize, oh, fuck, we've gone too far.
Right.
And then it's like, you come back and, reset. It's like, okay, let us put our feet back on the ground.
Because
absolutely.
It's the same thing of supply and demand. That's what we wake up to.
Exactly.
What?
You get it. You get it.
Supply and demand,
Exactly. That's what he's
Economic
saying.
principles. That's what I'm talking about here. Macroeconomics. Come on. What?
It's like when your girlfriend is
Stop right there.
testing you to see if you're still listening.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, supply and demand, really, Chris? Really? Boyd gets it. He tries to end it very, very clearly right here.
You know, but yeah, man, it's been a really cool, interesting, like what the Grateful Dead would say, what a long, strange trip it's been. And that's about as well as I could sum it up myself.
Yeah, well said. Well said.
It's not well said.
No, but that is the producers in the booth giving him the wrap it up sign. Like, all right, we got it.
Carl's there flashing the light.
Yeah, flashing the light at Gino in the back. And some idiot's going, stretch. We need more. We need more of this. So it does end there, though, right, Adam?
It goes on for another 40 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And there's nothing to be learned about the Dave Matthews Band or about him or his life or any of these people we're speaking to.
Okay. So what is this show? Because I'm looking at the logo of it, and it's a guy with a third eye on his forehead smoking a joint. So is this like one of these shows where they're supposed to be like, out there, man?
I don't know. I think he's a local comedian in Charlottesville who has access to the comedy club, who reviews most of the comics that come in and out of there when he can. I think most say no.
Right. So this is their Vinnie Paulino. Okay.
Exactly right.
I got it. Now it's all making sense.
There was only one comedian I recognized in the entire list. If you want to jump to number 28, maybe you can guess who it is.
Different trials and of his career and all the stuff that he became known for, you know, like Stuttering John and Baba Booey and just like iconic, hilarious shit. But you're a veteran in stand-up. You've been doing that for years, so you're your own thing. It's not like you're just known through him.
Yeah, thank God. You know what I mean? Because look, I looked at it as an opportunity to make my business bigger, like comedy. Like
I know that voice. I was hanging out with him on Friday. Reverend Bob Levy.
Reverend Bob Levy
shows up on the show. I'm surprised he found some time for them. That's great. Kidding, Bob. Kidding. All right. Where do you want to head to next? I know Boyd has a social media presence that you're very interested in.
He does. He's been basically existing off cameos and local gigs, and I'm assuming he gets a hefty percentage of the publishing. So,
right. If he's a founding member and you know he's writing the licks that he's playing and stuff, I would imagine he's making some publishing.
Yeah, I think he's
royalties.
in on the original group of guys publishing, so he's probably making between $500,000 to $1 million a year in passive income doing nothing. And when you're living in Charlottesville by yourself and you have sexual allegations and a ton of money, it's not going to end well. And I'll tell you right now, he is not doing well because we went to his Instagram account and found something a little disturbing. He announced he's no longer playing the fiddle and he is only going to play exclusively an instrument that he invented called the box. Do you want to show us a clip of him playing the box on 15?
Okay. Yeah, let's see what this new instrument that he invented. Remember, this is a violinist. Let's see what he's got. I'm sorry, Adam. He's slapping a piece of furniture. You said that he invented an instrument. Where do we see that? When is that?
Yes, that's it. It's called the box, but he put a Z at the end of box, so I guess that's his now.
But it looks like a shelving unit or something.
It's definitely like a dresser drawer.
Yeah,
it's
like a
definitely
dresser,
a cabinet.
Yeah. And he's just slapping with the back of his hand.
Yeah, with one hand.
Not
and
rhythmically either.
Well, that's his take on classical music. Maybe if we hear him playing something else, it'll sound a little better.
Maybe. Is that him with Barack Obama, the photo in the background?
Correct.
Nice.
Maybe it's the kind of music he's playing. Maybe if we're not listening to classical and he's playing.
Was this better than that one instrumental that I missed last night?
The instrumental was great last night.
Dude, why does he have that other music playing at all?
It doesn't make any sense.
What are you talking? He's playing to it.
Oh, you think so?
Absolutely. You're not listening hard enough.
Oh, okay. I'll listen harder. We got another track
Listen,
I have that maybe
yeah, try
is better?
16. Try 16.
Okay.
Okay, you can stop it right there.
Okay, there's something very funny that's happening right here.
Huh, what's that?
Because there's an overhead mic, like and he's got like PA speakers in there. Like, I think is he like tracking this? Is this
Yes.
going to be a take for the new album that's coming out? Why is there an overhead? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on, but it is hours of just this, and he plays that way to every song, and each one of these clips is a minute long. It never stops. This is all he's been doing for the last couple of years is hitting that box. And if you noticed, he can't move his other arm.
Yeah. Was he like a stroke victim or something? He's like, half of his body doesn't work?
When a fiddle player announced they're no longer playing the violin for no reason,
Yeah, there's something bad happened probably.
it's not good. Where do we go from here? Like, what is this? What does he think he's doing? There's a cajon. That's an actual instrument that, like, you sit on, you hit with your hands, it makes a snare and it kicks out. This is a dresser drawer.
Right, yeah. He didn't invent this. I doubt he even built it. It's probably picked up on the side of the road.
You got to be resourceful.
But Dave Matthews fans are apparently tolerant of a lot of, esoteric jamming. Do you want to see what maybe some of the comments are saying on 18?
Yeah. Dude, is this comments too?
Any of the comments you could pull up, yeah.
Okay. Because Dave Matthews is such a big band with such a loyal following. I got to imagine there's tons of people who are still following this guy and, wanting to support him, right?
Yeah, where can I purchase this box?
Please reach out. We're here for you. We care about you more than you realize. Much love. Okay. Well, thanks, Danny Beth. I'd say this is your strongest work so far. Good job, Dave. That's funny. I'm the man playing the box. All right. I get that one. That's fun. What if he's being held hostage? Very, very possible based on what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
Honestly, better than anything from the last two albums. All right. Some people are not fans of what Dave's been doing lately, I guess.
I like the part where you went tappy, tappy, tappy.
Holly writes, concerning every single time, I feel like Boyd needs an inpatient eval.
Yes.
Boyd Tinsley on the cabinet. on the cabinet. That's funny. At least people are having fun with it. Better videos than Dave walks for sure.
Boyd, my friend, this doesn't look great overall, and I have watched you be great. I bet you get a hoot from this, but as a performance art, it just looks like you're tapping at a wall nonsensically. Yeah. Hey, Boyd, I'm your neighbor. We're trying to sleep.
I'm your neighbor. That's very funny. Love you, Boyd. This doesn't seem right, man. We want to see you play violin. Well, yeah. I mean, it's actually pretty good. Have any of you critics tried doing what he's doing in the box?
That's a good point.
For some reason, I can only focus on the frame photo of Boyd and Obama in the background. Yes, the Glory Days, I believe, is what that is called. If Dave was doing this, no one on here would have a problem with it. Oh, there's a defender, apparently. Every video and song is exactly the same. It's like slapping with no set beat. I don't know why I read that completely wrong. I guess I saw the A in the first word. It doesn't matter. What's going on with his left arm? People are concerned about that. What's going on with his right arm? The arm that's actually doing stuff. What's going on with that? Yeah. Steve Norris just writes, Jesus.
I mean, I thought watching old episodes of the Howard Stern Show and watching your best moments on it were really, really sad. Never in my wildest dreams would something like this be going on alone in John's apartment. Like, this is dark. He's listening to old Dave Matthews songs and tapping on a box with one hand for hours on end and then posting it.
He was performing in football stadiums all the time.
I don't know if you know this, but when he used to go to the U.S. Open, they used to play Ants Marching.
I heard about that. I did actually hear about that somewhere. Let's take a look at his Instagram page. So if you go to BT_DMB, cease and desist. Jesus Christ, if I'm Dave, I'm like, no. You can't do that. So he's got, only 23,000 followers. I guess because his stuff sucks. I guess that's probably why.
Well, there's also those pesky sexual allegations that.
Yeah, that would do it. Oh, I like "Down with Disease." It's a Fish song, right?
Yeah,
Does he
it
play
is.
along with that?
He sure does.
Oh, let's hear that. Probably be good. This has all been wonderful. Now I'm on my. Hold on, I'm trying to.
Stop.
Oh, is that where that was? I couldn't even tell where they were in the song on that part. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's not good. What's the Jimmy thing?
That's a Dave Matthews Band song.
Oh, right. This is insane. So this was just posted
hours ago.
Today. Yeah, just hours ago. And this is just his entire page is just full of these things where he's just slapping on this box. Oh, at least he's got some retro things when he was on stage playing a real instrument too. So that's good. Wow. All right. Well, maybe he'll get the help that he needs.
I think we did a lot of good here today, and I think
we've been building awareness.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's very important.
We hope you do well. We're praying for you, Boyd Tinsley.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else you want to talk about with Boyd?
No, except Mark Normand agreed to do that podcast for only a half hour, and I listened to it, and it was kind of funny. So there was nothing there.
Mark Normand's always great.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. We'll check in on you the next time we're in Charlottesville.
Sounds good. So that was Lights Go Down with Stephen Harrison, and we heard almost none of that on this show, but we appreciate you checking in on musician Boyd. And I think we're going to get into a cringe of the week. We got some Bill Burr stuff. Stuttering John, he's got a new ally that he's partnering with. Get into that. Obviously, you have a really interesting thing with John Melendez that I don't think people have taken notice of. So that'll be cool. And then Opie came back this week and just did not a quick, but he did a stream just to let us know what he's been up to and what's been going on. And then this morning, the Opie and Ron show is back, which is very exciting because they address what happened in New York City last weekend with Anthony, his viral moment, Stuttering John at Rodney's. I mean, they're all in on the Dabbleverse now, which is pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. So we're going to get into all of that. But first, I want to thank the people who are going over to supertip.gg/WATP to support this program, like Noel Harding.
Friday night was amazing for the New York comedy scene, right, Vinny?
Right, Vinny? Tukey's unpaid staff.
I'm sorry for being late, everyone. I had to yell at a couple of ooga boogas to get off my lawn.
It's not a normal thing that I do. Bacon bits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're trying.
It's a special occasion kind of
Keep
thing.
it secret.
Right. It's a Friday night in New York City kind of thing. Bacon Bits says, here's 10 for the 10th birthday. Well, thank you very much, Bacon Bits. If you're just joining us, Troy Smith made this great art for us. We are celebrating our 10th anniversary here on Who Are These Podcasts. And thanks to Troy and producer Chris for getting this made and reminding me to celebrate that we've been doing a show for 10 freaking years. It's pretty crazy. Sladen37 coming in.
Here come the rake stepper, murderer, the OG, OCD gangster. Murderer. Haven't been to the DMV, Mr. Officer. Murderer. Still looking for my cat. Murderer.
It's not bad. Voice actually works. Labyrinth Mystic. GN, Dave Matthews Band or Nickelback? What is that? What does GN mean?
I don't know.
I'm assuming we have to pick.
Yeah.
Which one we would go with?
Is it supposed to be Guns N' Roses? GNR?
Well, then that would win, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'll go with Dave Matthews Band because the drummer is fun to watch. Nickelback would just be obnoxious.
It'll never be Nickelback.
I'm blindly going with GN.
All right, so yeah, right, why not? Labyrinth Mystic.
I was there when SJ came and failed in front of Anthony.
Well, all his jokes failed in the end.
Vince showed, record it all, dodge his check. Hey, this place just serves can day.
Why'd he try to manhandle Zen?
What would you say? What would you say?
Mike coming in.
Carl will never hit to box.
It will never hit the box. I see what you did there. Like making it sexual or something.
Cunt nuggets.
Jim Tree Bob became a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Jim Tree Bob. Silent Shape is a new member. Silent Shape, you've been a member. Good to see you, my friend. Wanderer's Field Guide. Hoping it's a coloring book, Adam. Oh, the book you're doing with Kevin.
Yeah, crayons sold separately, though.
Yeah, that's how coloring books work.
Show off.
Shazerker. Congrats on 10 years of WATP. 3 great years. I see what you did there. Skull, my friend. Labyrinth Mystic. I'm no Dan Barney, so I can't gift 25 for the anniversary. No, you can't gift 25, but look at this. He can gift 10. Who are these podcast memberships? Thank you, Labyrinth Mystic. I got to say, the people who have really been participating in this show and supporting us has helped out a ton because we lost a whole week in February. We weren't on YouTube, which is, one of the major revenue sources for the show. And YouTube was just like, fuck you. Oh, really? Okay. I like you, though. Anyway, so the point is that it's very helpful that you guys are chipping in, and it's also appreciated. Troy Smith gives us $2. Hi, kids. Happy 10th anniversary. Here's to 10 more. Thank you, Troy. Thank you for everything you do for the show. So much of the art behind me is Troy Smith. Of course, the Wet Brain game. Team Queef and Beef. DMB sucks. I'd rather listen to the Isotopes. I mean, you can say they're good, but you'd rather listen to the Isotopes too if you want. Yeah, that'd be neat. Sladen, watch my purse. Gonna blow a violinist equals no one ever. Yeah, I know. That's why I stopped playing violin.
And picked up the mandolin.
Yeah, right. There was an electric guitar in between somewhere. John Shitty Haircut. Evening, gentlemen. Evening, John Shitty Haircut. JFK Head Chunk. A resume, February 2018. Present soloist violinist. Bonkers Feline Sheila says, I'm a big fan of Adam and his insights on John. I would have loved an Adam emergency episode about Friday's festivities. Congrats on 10 years WATP. Oh, yeah. Sorry, we just had Anthony Cumia on to talk about what happened. I bet you have some thoughts on that. We'll get into it when we get to the Stuttering John segment of the show. You were probably following all of this, right, Adam?
A little bit.
A little bit. Jay Wolfenstein. Carl, I found the worst podcast. You need to cover it. It's called The Beef Tip Show. Man, it's so terrible. Oh, hi, Beef, KFT, Bacon, and Gary. Wow. Everyone's promoting The Beef Tip Show now. Wheezy, is it true you have live audio of the Rodney impersonator falling? It's funny you asked that. Because I actually was, for whatever reason, I was recording audio on my phone, like most of the night. So I just had my phone out recording. Even when I was taking a leak, I had my phone out recording the audio.
No respect.
It's wild. It's pretty wild. I was able to catch that. Jay Wolfenstein, but at least Beef Tip Show is better than Skeptical Robot. Oh, hi, Luigi Greenberg. Oh, boy.
I like this running bit.
Yeah, everyone's fighting with each other in the comment section. Derek. I just wanted to profusely thank PC, Carl, and Adam. You are all wonderful, and you have no idea what you've got me through these last months. Thank you. I actually do have an idea, Derek, because we've been messaging, and I'm glad you're doing better, buddy. Good to see you in here, and there's $2 from Derek. Thank you very much for the support. We do appreciate that. All right, I'm going to play this. I have not looked at it yet, but for some reason I trust Adam to give us our...
Cringe of the week. Cringe of the week.
Is there any setup necessary for this?
Okay, so there was a man named Jeffrey Epstein. And he, okay, you caught up on that. Bill Clinton is doing his deposition, which is what Nick DiPaolo's been waiting for, so he can make his statement as soon as Bill makes his.
That's right. Yeah.
Can he give his? So this
there is a WATP tie-in. All right, now I'm on board. Yeah, go ahead.
So Bill's going to give his, and this is just a 50-second clip of him answering questions that I think is pretty remarkable.
Epstein said, you quote, like them young. Why would Epstein say that about you?
Are you asking his opinion? You're asking him to think about why Mr. Epstein would say something about him?
Why would Epstein say that about
So she's asking you to try to be in Mr. Epstein's mind and guess at what Mr. Epstein would have thought about.
Clinton likes them young, referring to girls.
First of all, that's not true.
What's not true?
That I have any interest in underage.
I didn't say underage. I said young.
Yeah.
But it's still not true.
Is an intern young?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
At my age, anybody younger than I am.
He likes young girls even when they're fat. Is that real? Was any of that real?
The whole thing's real.
That whole thing's real right there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's real. He really said that. And he was really looking over at his lawyer like, nailed it.
Yes! That's what I love.
Because he thought it was a trick question. Is an intern young? Yes.
He's just like, no, nobody likes younger girls. No. Of course not. That's really stupid. Why would he say that? Because it's a universal truth.
You told me this was going to be hard.
When do the hard questions come?
What's next? This is why I loved watching Rob Saul, because you ask a man an innocent question and they reveal so much unintentionally when they're lying. Hashtag Rob Saul Army.
What is underage these days? Am I right, people? We just said young. What are you doing? All right. Well, we got to get some more spicy hot takes from Bill Burr, who follows the news, but not really because he doesn't care about it. But he's interested in it to talk about it at a very high surface level that does nothing for anyone. And I imagine that Billy's weighing in on this Iran conflict that's happening.
Sure.
And you have a clip of Bill talking about this?
I'm just glad to have an opinion like his weighing on such a timely subject.
You see all these people, jumping around saying freedom fries, and nobody's like looking at themselves going, is it me, or is this not the stupidest piece of propaganda I've ever seen in my life? They're not French fries anymore. They're freedom fries. And they're all sitting there smiling like they just made a great joke. The whole thing. And everyone is just completely devoid of any sort of human emotion.
Why is he bringing up freedom fries? That's not a thing.
Nope. Nope.
It's not a thing in the Iran war, is it?
Nope. But maybe he just wanted to throw in that funny voice.
I mean, it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
I'll give you that.
I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't. It's like there's this one big truth he can't mention in his own life, so everything else just sounds insincere because he has to avoid things that remind him of that, and that happens. It's really on display in this next one.
I told you guys my water supply fucking theory. That every business past a certain level, there's no good people left. Because you get to a certain level in all business where you're asked to pour something in the water supply that isn't good for the people. This is a metaphor, right? And all the decent people go, no, I'm not doing that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't live with myself if I did that. And then there's the other people, oh, fuck it, I'll do it. And then that's what happens.
First of all, hilarious.
No, it's very funny. Give him that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your take on that, Adam?
Well, let him finish his reasoning.
Oh, okay, good.
How much money do you have to make that you start feeding people poison? And then, as always, they'll put it on you. Well, you need to be conscious of what you're putting in your body. How can I do that when I have to work all these hours just to fucking keep my head above water? Well, you got to figure it out. You have to make healthy choices. You got to make healthy choices. It's like, well, why isn't the food healthy? Why is it on me to try? I'm not a chemist. I don't know what's in this shit.
I've lost the metaphor now. Is it actually poisoning food? What is he talking about now? Because I thought at first it was corporations doing bad things that are bad for society because of their profit motivation. But now I feel like he's talking about actually having poison in food that's bad for you.
I know I'm easily confused, but I am lost.
I'm lost on this one.
Well, he's saying that when businesses grow, they can get so big that they're just evil by definition. And they're always going to have to cut corners and compromise in some way. Bill is a corporation. He is North Hill Productions. He is an LLC. it has grown very, very big from a small town in Boston to stadiums, this corporation. And now he's making decisions that are within his own best interests and saying, fuck you, I don't have to explain it to you. I don't have to explain to you why I do business with who I do. And if some people die in the process of that, if they're killing people and some journalists, that's fine. Bill, no one's asking him to be the chemist telling me what to eat. But in terms of freedom of speech and who we get paid to speak for, that would be your area. That would be your domain. And I don't know why he doesn't see that.
So you're thinking that, being the head of this company.
Yes.
And making decisions where you take, like, I don't know, blood money. For a show that you do,
for example,
saying, like,
just
random
example,
whatever you can,
I'm just throwing that out there. You think that maybe that is similar to what he's complaining about here, and I wonder what's the size company. I always wonder about this when people rail against corporations. So, like, we need corporations to build cars. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have mass-produced automobiles. And I like having an automobile; it gets me places. Are all of those companies too big? Is Tesla? Is Ford? Is Honda? Are these all evil corporations?
What's the cutoff point?
I don't know what the cutoff point is.
The cutoff point is whoever is making slightly more than you at any given time.
Oh, yeah. I fucking hate those people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense then. Now I get it.
You know how Stuttering John looks at Kevin Brennan and he's like, if I was making Kevin Brennan money, then I'd be paying Keanu.
Exactly. Yeah.
There was a time when he was making Kevin Brennan money and he didn't pay anyone.
Not even his wife.
No.
for the kids, to support the kids. Good point.
So Bill has been, like our friend Mr. Brendan Schaub, now that he's home more, obsessed with his kids' athleticism. And Bill's been talking about how he spends most of the day coaching them on baseball and on football. And, of course, his kids are athletic overachievers.
Yeah, they're half black. Of course.
They're throwing spirals. They're hitting home runs onto the roof. He has to get down, and this is so satisfying for him. So I was confused as to why he posted this clip of another father and son on his Instagram.
Soft in the beat. Remember, when we first start out, we go nice and soft. See how Daddy put some air under that? Put some air under it. There you go. Now, good way, good feet. Now, good. That a boy.
How old is this kid? Like 2?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
baby. That was a pick right there. Backhand. Nice job, bud.
Wow.
Now, come through it. Come on. Good play. Good feet, kid. Good job.
You catch me.
Yep. Good job. Now, both hands. Yep, stay with it. That's good, bud. It's right off your chest. You picked it up with your hand.
It's incredible.
Love that, bud. Doing great.
This is my right.
Yep. Now, bare hand. You gotta go. Nice. Now.
Okay, why is he posting this?
Why is he posting?
Because he wishes that was his son.
Is that the message?
I think so.
That's wild. And there's no commentary or anything. It's just showing that this other dad has a son who's probably going to be a Major League Baseball player someday.
It's just a passive-aggressive message to his kids to get their shit together.
Yeah. Like, instead of complaining about, Kevin's dad lets him go out at night with his friends, it's the kid complaining, Billy's dad doesn't post shit on Instagram saying how shitty I am at sports, Yeah. He was at a different dad.
Your parents are posting other successful podcasters from Rochester.
If they can find one, they will.
If we come to March 2nd, Bill Burr, it's really starting to hit close to home with him talking about Saudi Arabia without talking about Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
All you know is what you've been told or what you were allowed to read. So I have no idea what's going on. So I listened to the bullshit here, and then I read the bullshit on Al Jazeera, and then I fucking watched some bullshit on fucking BBC. And then you know what you do is you take all of that shit, you wad it all together, and you throw it over your shoulder. And you go downstairs, you make a grilled cheese sandwich, and you just enjoy the hell out of it, knowing full well that whatever's going on over there is eventually going to be here.
Good advice. He's handling it very well, so.
At least you get your grilled cheese in.
It's true.
Wasn't it on the last episode that we watched where he was with Conan that he was screaming at us that we had to do our own research and we had to get on a plane and we had to go to Saudi Arabia and we had to see what was happening for ourselves?
What,
'cause we
you're
can't
racist
trust
until you
anyone.
start traveling?
Mhm.
Yeah, like all sorts of things like that. And now he's saying, like, just bury your head in the sand and
eat a grilled cheese
sandwich.
Yeah. I don't understand what changed.
I think a lot has changed since that Conan appearance. That was just a nuke to his career, the way he handled that.
Check out his advice for the holidays.
Okay.
So you just try to enjoy your life while these sociopaths run it into the ground. And evidently Jesus is going to continue laying on an L-shaped couch and he's not coming back. What is that dude waiting for?
Cool.
Opie.
Exactly.
No, okay. Yeah, we're going to get into Opie's hot takes on religion coming up later on, but that's pretty good stuff, Bill.
It's interchangeable. These like very, and same thing with Boyd, these very, very basic average takes that have no thought behind them.
Does Bill have interest? He does. He's like passionate about football and hockey and stuff. I
Drums.
see him. And oh yeah, percussion. When he talks about that stuff, he really gets into it. But when he talks about these things, he just sounds like so bored and disinterested. And it's like, well, you didn't have to bring it up. I don't talk about the Iran conflict. It's not something I'm interested in talking about.
Thank you.
Right. It's that easy.
There's another way Bill could have handled this entire situation with Riyadh. There was another way that he could approach
the opposite
this.
of what he did is the other.
That
way.
would be it. That would be it. Do you want to see an example of that?
I do.
Okay, so Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias, the comedian, was just awarded his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which you do have to pay for yourself, by the way. This is a clip from his speech yesterday.
My agent, Matt Blake. Matt has booked me around the planet. And yes, he booked me in Saudi Arabia. I don't care. Yeah, I bought a house with that money. I don't care what you say. Fluffy's a sellout. Damn right I am. I sold out Dodger Stadium and SoFi Stadium. So say hello to the sellout. All right? This is an incredible moment for me. I can't.
Yeah, that's how you handle that right there. Because then it's like, well, what am I going to say about this guy? He admitted to all the things I want to make fun of him for. Metallica did that too when they put out the Black album.
Yeah.
People were like, press conferences. People are saying you're a sellout. They're like, yeah, we sold out Madison Square Garden just last night.
For the Black album?
Yeah.
You're thinking of Load.
Was it Load?
Yeah, because that's when everyone turned on him.
People turned on him at the Black album, for sure.
I was on board.
But Load, yeah, I liked it. But Load was, things got real bad at that point.
Imagine if Fluffy was like, I could explain it to you, but not now.
Right. I wish I could explain it to you.
If only I could.
If only I was allowed to explain to you why I'm such a sellout prick. Oh, Bill. Oh, Bill. He handles everything wrong. We used to love him and root for him over here. I think everybody did. Anyway, supertip.gg/WATP is where you can go to support this program. We got Stuttering John and Opie stuff coming up. Opie's back with Ron the Waiter. The Opie and Ron show has made its return. We have an explanation on why Opie was off for the past few weeks. All of that coming up right after we talk to Mike.
Can I get the script? So my killer retorts are sent 10 minutes prior, so they'll be read when you remember what you just said. Love you.
Yeah. I'll send the script over. No problem. Labyrinth Mystic. Dang it. Was voice to text and didn't see Screw Up. But you decipher Guns N' Roses was originally Gun to Your Head. Oh, Gun to Your Head. TMB or Nickelback.
I lose.
Yeah. You picked the wrong thing. That's funny. Thanks, Labyrinth. Michael P. coming in. Brian Callen is doing a night in Buffalo in late March. Let's go. Go Bills. Brian Callen's not a fun comic to go to goof on. You know what I mean? Like we saw Joe Matarese, it was like, oh, this is going to be funny.
And it was.
Because he's stuck.
Yeah.
And he had all his notes up on the stage so he'd remember what jokes to tell.
But it is funny that you brought up Joe Matarese because that's immediately who I thought of watching Brian Callen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Callen's kind of just it's not great. It's not terrible. Whatever. But Michael P., please report back to us. Let us know how it goes. Labyrinth Mystic coming in.
He's been jammied in his Mr. Brown hole. He's been sweating. This boy's gay, don't you know? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, he's just do it, you know.
I love the Becky Monster. He should be the front man for the Isotopes. Tony Baloney. Yes, Opie's back, baby. I'm going to be a fanboy for a sec and say I love you guys. Oh, thank you, Tony Baloney. We appreciate you. Jay Wolfenstein. And don't get me started about who are these broadcasters. Man, only an idiot would have that show on their channel. Yeah, I said it. You love who are these broadcasters. This week featuring Eric Nagel and Lucy Tightbox with Christian Blatt. James Q. Legend. StutJo killed the show by giving a dismount to StutJo. Yeah, we'll get into that. I have some thoughts. Julio Scissors became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. Good to see you, my friend, and we appreciate that support right there. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about Stuttering John.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? Because I got a bloody ass. I'm bleeding generously. Because I got a bloody ass.
It's pretty cool. You probably know this by now that the Dabbleverse made the New York Post.
Yeah.
The New York Post, I have it right here, did a page 6 article about John's podcast or his live show at Rodney's in New York City last Friday. And it's not complimentary to John Melendez by any means. But for John, being mentioned is all that matters. So he pulled it up on his show so that he could read this to us.
We're told former Howard Stern sidekick, Stuttering John Melendez, was booked to play Rodney's on the Upper East Side, but former Opie and Anthony jock Anthony Pocky Cumia, who has a decades-long beef with Melendez.
Oops, he fucked up and said his name. Whoopsie.
And he doesn't correct that.
It is in
long beef.
It is in bold, so it's hard not to read Anthony's name on there.
Told listeners, many part of a Stern World subculture that call itself the Dabbleverse, dedicated to tormenting Stuttering John, that he planned to attend. The promise of a run-in created such anticipation in the Dabbleverse that its members sold out the show and even arrived early to tailgate while Dabbleverse state media. Oh, yeah, the Uncle.
Okay, so this is very funny because right here, this article is saying John had a show at Rodney's, and it wasn't until Anthony said, hey, I'm going to go there, and then all the Dabbleverse came. John didn't sell out Rodney's. I was on Hughesy's show on Monday, and that guy, Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid, he's like, you got to hire John for Hackamania. It's like, no. John wasn't the draw. It was the idea that the Dabbleverse was going to show up and be a Dabbleverse event that made it fun. And by God, it was fun. It was very fun.
And it worked on me. I was watching Cumia. Vinny had reached out to me on Thursday. He's like, hey, you want to go? I'm like, And then I watched Cumia, and I'm like, the FOMO set in.
Yeah.
I'm like, Vinny, I'm in. And he said, I'm out.
Yeah, I know. Vinny was supposed to go. He had his ticket and everything.
His stupid mom.
Vinny had a hotel room. He had the ticket. And we talked about it on the Creep Off on Monday. Instead, Vinny did a corporate gig that he got fired from.
Which was amazing.
Halfway through his sets. So, smart move, Vinny.
Sorry, where were we?
The show and even arrived early to tailgate while Dabbleverse state media. Oh, yeah, the Uncle Rico podcast covered the things as it were a U.S.-Iran summit. Really, I mean, look, you have to.
So he doesn't want to give any credit to Uncle Rico show, and I'm surprised he even read that.
Me too.
On his show just now.
Yeah.
So he's like, I mean, it is funny how that's written. Dabbleverse State Media, the Uncle Rico podcast covered it. And so John has to dismiss that by saying this.
Summit, really, I mean, look, you have the Dwarf covered it, Tommy Jordan covered it. I mean, everybody covered it.
Oh, okay. But also the Uncle Rico show was covering it, and everyone was watching live for updates from Zen and stuff. So, yeah.
Tommy Jordan covered it. It's been settled.
Right.
And a perhaps ill-conceived plan to mess with Cumia. Not really ill-conceived, but okay, I don't care. I'm going to skip his routine instead read a police report from Cumia's 2015 domestic violence arrest. A few pages in, with the crowd chanting and baying, a showgoer snatched the papers from Melendez's hands. The comic walked out after 10 minutes. Amid the carnival Melendez hatred that ensued, we're told Pocky got into it with a guest and had to discuss the matter with cops, and apparently they shook on it and ended as pals. Bullshit, they shook on it. and
Yeah, but the ill-conceived reading of the police report is accurate,
sure.
though. He didn't say, yeah, that part they got right.
All the parts that make me look like a victim are true.
Right.
ended as pals. In fact, CJ Brown, if you want to come on. But you
CJ Brown's not a good guy. I like that, Kevin Brennan and Stuttering John's are like, oh, this guy ran up to Kumi and said some bullshit. I like that guy. Yeah, watch some of the other videos that he's in. See some N-bobs getting thrown around.
got to get a lawyer. You can make a lot of money. But this is the best.
Take it from me.
Yeah. If anyone knows about suing for a lot of money, no, not John. Not John at all.
For me, is that what do they say? Melendez skipped his routine and instead read a police report from Pocky's 2015 domestic violence arrest. So, again, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. So what John is doing now is recreating history. So now he's saying the reason why he did that is so that anytime anyone ever talks about this event, they'll have to be reminded of Anthony's domestic violence arrest. So that was all pre-planned from the beginning. That's what John decided to do. He said, just today I was watching a show, and someone told him that it wasn't a great performance what he did on Friday night. And he says, nope, that was vintage Stuttering John. Vintage Stuttering John.
Vintage.
How great that was.
Antique.
And now he's saying that Anthony was angry. I was there. He was putting his fists up triumphantly as people were chanting his name. Anger was not an emotion he was feeling that night at all. But now he's declaring total victory over this. And he's also lying because I was on Shuli's show Sunday night, and we were talking to the owner of Rodney's. And the owner's pissed because John only did 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the staff couldn't settle their checks, and people were like walking out of there without paying and tipping and stuff like that. And it's fucked up for John to just walk out after a 10-minute performance. And so now John is pretending that this is all Tommy Jordan's fault for snagging the papers out of his hand, because there was a thing he was going to do after that.
The one thing I know that Keanu's saying that there was no second act. Keanu, no offense. I love you, but you have no idea what I was going to do next. You don't. I never told you.
So John literally went on his show and said it didn't matter that he grabbed the things. I didn't think I'd get that far through it anyway. And I was fine to just leave. But now, because the owner came out and said, yeah, it's fucked up. He only did 10 minutes and, we had all these issues with that. Now he's saying, oh, no. I had a whole plan for a second thing I was going to do, but then Tommy Jordan stole my...
He had the lyrics to DMCA.
Right, maybe he was going to sing
Yeah,
DMCA, get the whole crowd doing it with him.
It was only the documentary pages, numbered 1 through 5.
Correct.
We've seen them. There was nothing else written on there. What is he talking about? He could just do it?
He's totally making this up.
And I never planned on telling you. There was going to be a second act. Doom was right. And thank you, Doom, for your support. Skull, there was going to be a second act. But Tommy Jordan took that away from y'all. I was planning to stay on that stage for 20 to 30 minutes unless that happened.
Oh, how convenient.
Bullshit.
Yeah, this is completely made up. And it takes him so long to come up with these things too. So he's already done a bunch of shows not saying any of this. And now it's just like, why another 30 minutes actually?
Oh, yeah, he really protested too.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
give a fuck.
This is a golden opportunity for me to get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Unless I was assaulted.
that was the thing. He's like, all right, Ava, here's the deal. Yeah. I'll do 35 minutes.
It's in his rider.
Unless I'm assaulted within 10 minutes, then I'm going to get out of there.
And Mark Youssef, listen to me. I don't give a frog's fat ass if you say I'm banned from your club. Because you know what? I don't want to perform in your club when I can't feel safe. When you allow your security to fucking tape me. On tripods, no less. On tripads.
Tripads. I've always wanted to try pads.
So now because Mark, the owner, went on and said John was unprofessional and he kind of fucked us over and it was the worst night they've ever had for their staff at that show, even though it was packed. It was jam-packed in there. And there was some partying going on. But Mark's not happy with John, and so now John has to go on the offensive and start fighting with a comedy club owner, which is always a smart thing to do when you're a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And Mark Youssef, listen, man, you better shut the up about me. You understand? Because you didn't protect me. You let people walk on the stage. You let Pocky walk on a goddamn stage.
Yeah, that was actually really smart. Anthony was by far the most famous and talented person in that building, so it's pretty good to have him up on the stage.
Before me, to say now, welcome the person we all hate. Oh, yeah, now I'm going to go and be a clown. I'm funny. I'm going to amuse them.
What's amazing about this is John, I don't know if he doesn't realize this or there's some kind of disconnect here. This is what his life is being a clown for our amusement. He lets saliva fall out of his mouth. He gets hammered drunk and does a 6-hour live stream. Like, all the stuff that he does is to get money to come in because he's embarrassing himself. And we're like, hey, can you do that live? And he's like, what do you think I am? You think I'm just your monkey? Like, yes, yeah. Dance monkey.
You are your pants shitting monkey.
Yes, you're the one who shits your pants on the show. And then someone gives you $5 and tells you your kids don't like you. Like, that's what this is.
If he's lucky, 5.
I mean, does he think the Duke of the Future is entertaining people? No. We're all just clowning this guy and laughing. We just wanted to do that live. That's all.
After that intro, are you with me, Mark? And you let a guy walk on stage and assault me and steal my property? I was gonna.
Okay, so this is a whole thing now. Listen to this. So now John is talking about pressing charges against Tommy Jordan. I think he wants to sue the guy probably. He doesn't know the difference. You know, he doesn't know between criminal and civil, so it's very confusing. But now he's going to try to make a case for himself that he actually had property stolen from him. I know. It's so stupid. He's so dumb.
Walk on stage and assault me and steal my property? I was going to sell those pages.
I was going to sell those pages.
Damages.
He thought he was going to sign those, put up on eBay, and everyone's going to be like, are those the pages from February 27th, 2026 at Rodney's?
And that's when the bidding goes insane.
Yes. I need it framed.
I'm kind of confused. Is he the reigning champion or is he the poor victim? Which one is it?
He's having a real hard time navigating those two roads.
And he always does.
Yep. Because, he's acting like he was assaulted by Tommy Jordan, but after that happened, he's like, I didn't give a fuck. I was ready to get the hell out of there anyway.
And prior to that, he's a tough guy.
Right. Yeah, he was trying to fight Stevie Lou outside, but now he's scared and people are coming at him.
Instead of going out there saying I'm not allowed in your club, you should be out there apologizing to me. You better change your f***ing tune, bitch. Oh, John's not allowed here anymore. I just sold out your f***ing club.
Correction. Anthony sold out the club. You had 16 tickets sold earlier that week.
And you gave me no protection. And you know, Mark, you had a guy fall down your stairs because they were slippery.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, he's just looking for every angle possible. And you know why else this guy's a jerk? Because someone had a mishap.
Yeah. Concerned citizen.
Yeah, okay. Do I hear what that sounded like? No, I'm kidding.
You got a lot of balls. Start talking shit about me.
Okay. So John goes on the offensive because Mark mentioned that he doesn't want him at his club ever again. He was very unprofessional. And
I know your name. I know where your club is because I was there.
I mean, Anthony's in the chat. He can't possibly believe his own bullshit, or can he? That is the mystery of John Melendez.
Yeah.
This is why we study this man so closely. Because does he convince himself like he's changed the story? Has he convinced himself the story actually did change? Because now he's bringing on Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid. And Dan is very stupid because he's trying to, I don't know what his angle is, but he's trying to tell John that John killed it on Friday night. And so John's loving this and brings him right on.
All right. Hey, congratulations, man. John Melendez, the king of New York.
I know.
What a fucking weekend, brother. Congratulations, man.
I know.
Yeah. It's so easy to tell John he's awesome. He will believe you in a heartbeat. It doesn't matter.
Stop.
And I don't know if Dan's playing a character. He was on for like 2 hours yesterday. Just kissing John's ass, telling him how amazing he is. Which, I mean, you can do that, but no one's ever going to take you seriously. You'll have no credibility for anything you say ever. Dan and I argued with each other on Hughes' show on Monday night. And his takes are so weak. Anyone who watched anything that happened on Friday night would tell you that John was humiliated. It did not go well for him. And Dan's on here going, dude, you fucking killed it. And I couldn't believe how well you did.
I got to hand it to you, brother. I didn't know how you were going to pull it off, but I think you did. I really do think you did.
I do too. I mean,
all right. So is Dan playing a character or is he a dumb guy? What do you think, Adam?
Is this the guy from Vegas?
No. Oh,
No,
wait, he might be. I don't know where he is.
Is this the win by 2 guy?
No, that Blade. No, this isn't Blade. But like, I don't know where Blade went. I heard that he's like gone off the internet since the Vegas thing. No, this is $2 Dan. He goes by from Nice Podcast Stupid.
Okay,
They're pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, I thought it was the same person. I don't think he likes you, and I think that's pretty much what it's about.
That's what. That is what it comes down to. Is that he's just happy. Well, he's just trying to pump up John because John's, my enemy, quote unquote, in this dumb world. Because this is how you know that Dan's being disingenuous here. On the back page of all of these sheets of paper, it said "pockumentary."
Yeah,
that was the big joke because it's about Pocky, of course.
The
they
woman
didn't even
with
let me get the
scaffolding.
self-cutting girl. Dan, they didn't even let me get the self-cutting girl because that was going to be one of my.
That was in the pockumentary?
Yes, pockumentary. Did you like that?
Yeah, I like that. That was great. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was great. That was really funny. Good stuff.
Who wrote that for him?
Ava. So Dan claims that it was a victory. This is what he told me when I was on Hughes' show with him on Monday. He goes, John made $2,500 for 10 minutes of work. How much would you need for your dignity to stay intact? Because for me, it's a lot more than $2,500. I don't see how that's a good victory for John to be humiliated like that.
If he made that.
No, he didn't make that much. But whatever. It doesn't even matter what dollar amount that is.
I would like to see Dan's background behind John.
Yeah.
Where it just says stupid.
Yeah. It would make a lot more sense. So they can't even figure out why this was a win for John. They get very confused.
You did what was expected. There was no way to win. It was a no-win situation. You made the best.
Oh, I think I won. I think.
I don't. That's what I was gonna say. You actually found a win where there was no win, which is like the best kind of win.
No, that makes sense.
Yep.
Now I get it. Okay, sure. That was a no-win situation that you totally crushed, huh?
There was a moment when he was talking to Ava recently, John, and they were being honest. He was like, I don't like when they make fun of me. They were going to make fun of me no matter what I did. And this way I could win. Well, they were booing you and making fun of you until you left the stage. That's all you were trying to avoid. And it still happened. You could have been a comedian and also gotten booed off the stage. That, for me, would be the better case scenario than this. Because if you believe in these crimes and in this police report, then there are victims whose names you are using and weaponizing to hurt someone and to get an own on your supposed enemies. And that's fucked up.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure he really cares about Danny Brand. I could tell when he was reading this that was his major concern. It wasn't just about trying to embarrass the guy who makes fun of him on the internet.
No, that's why he was crying when he left the stage.
Oh, it was poor Danny, the victim in all of this. If he had gone up, and I hear all these people making this argument about like, well, what was John going to do? How could he have possibly won the crowd over? And I do think there was a lot of enthusiasm for him to see him tell jokes and to do his act. But let's say he went up, did his act, and got booed off the stage just like this. He could at least make an argument that, hey, I was in a no-win situation. I went up there, I did my best, and these people just didn't want to like me.
Yeah, I did my job. That's what I was hired to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then you could at least say, like, yeah, I guess they're just going to boo you no matter what. But now we'll never know. Now all we know is that John took the laziest path possible.
Yes.
Got booed off the stage, and then turned that into a W somehow with this idiot Dan blowing smoke up his ass. Which is, it's really funny that he goes on and ball washes John for 2 hours. No, you were amazing. You were so good. There's just no nuance to it at all. You couldn't say like, it could have been better. You know, you could have like maybe had a retort or two and people were chanting things or yelling out or something like that.
Yeah, right. He could slip some insults in.
Yeah.
Look, John, I know your kids won't talk to you nor anyone else, but you crushed it. And John would be like, well, something was said there. But yeah, you're right. I did crush it.
So Dan comes on and tells John how amazing he is. And then, with no sense of irony, says this.
Oh, yeah. Cope and Seethe session, big time for Cumia, right? Because it was supposed to be his moment. He introduced you. He's all surrounded by all the sycophants. I mean, Carl, is there a bigger ball washer out there than Carl with Cumia?
No.
Like,
is there a bigger ball washer? I mean, you're amazing. Everything you do is fan-fucking-tastic. Is there a bigger ball washer than this Carl guy? What a loser, huh? And neither of them like stop and go like, hold on a second, that sounded really dumb. Yeah. We probably should just gloss
The
over
irony
that.
was lost on us for a
Holy
moment.
shit.
I want a
because-
compilation of John talking to Cumia about Columbo and how you like it too, right? You like it, don't you? That's some ball washing over there, John.
Remember when I did the impression? You laughed at it, remember? Yeah,
We're hanging at the compound as we always do, having fun like we do, drinking beers.
The ball washing from Dan is over the top.
and then right smack dab in the middle of the audience and him looking at you, you're just reading them the riot act with all this embarrassing stuff. And I love, you know what, my favorite part of it too was the way that you read it. And I'm not going to do it justice, but on the morning of August 16th at 5 p.m., you know, it was just so like eloquent and perfect. And once it started occurring to them what you were doing, they just, like, Cumia's eyes just changed. He's like, that motherfucker. I can't believe he's doing this to me right now.
I'm the ball washer. He just said John was perfect the way he read that.
You mean how we couldn't hear you?
Yeah, we couldn't hear him over the chanting and booing.
And the slurring. He was wasted.
Yeah. And also, yeah, he wouldn't, thank you, Missy. He wouldn't even look at Anthony. Anthony said he made eye contact one time. Meanwhile, Anthony is right in the middle, right in eye line of where John is. And instead, John's got the paper up in front of him.
Yeah.
And
almost like he was
like
scared to show his face. Why don't you show your face? What are you hiding behind?
No, John was perfect and eloquent. That's exactly what happened. Oh, this is kind of funny. So because he was performing at Rodney's, formerly Dangerfields, where some legends have performed in the past, he wanted to reach out to one of them.
I texted that to Dice. I said, Andrew, I'm going to be at Rodney's where you became a household name.
Oh yeah, and what did Andrew Dice Clay text you back there, John?
Who is this?
Dude, it's so funny. He's like, I texted that to Dice. He gets all nervous. He never got a response, obviously, or else he would have said so.
He may have never texted it.
He might not have Dice's number, current number. It's also very possible.
If he got a thumbs up, we would have heard about it.
No shit. If he acknowledged his existence, we definitely would have heard about it. So then John starts talking about quitting podcasting again. So obnoxious. It's just the cycle that we go through. And John's like, I might start teaching. I don't need this stuff. I know teaching doesn't pay a lot, but maybe I'll start teaching. And as he's talking about maybe quitting podcasting, he has a reason why he would do that.
And that's why I'd rather people, like you were saying, remember me, because I was like a cult hero,
Yeah.
and like especially to the blue collar people. And I'd rather, those people don't know about the Downverse. They just remember Stuttering John as being this guy that had balls of steel.
So John was a cult hero. This is how he remembers himself from the Howard Stern show. Or the call screener, the stunt boy. Yeah. There's some good bits. We can all acknowledge that, but a cult hero.
All I'm hearing is he wants to go where people won't make fun of him.
Yeah, right.
And that's impossible.
He only sold out a show because of the Dabbleverse. It was written about in the New York Post that the reason why people showed up to this was because of a thing called the Dabbleverse.
John, you got nowhere to go. When you were teaching, remember your kids were bullying you.
That's right. They were throwing chairs
They
at
were
him.
roasting you to your face.
It's so funny.
There's a thing that artists have, that comedians have. It's the show must go on, no matter what. You do your act. A comic does their act. There's no excuse for not doing it. Every time you give your stream over to playing that copyrighted song, you're just letting the trolls win. They now control your show. You're not doing it. Artists believe, like Bill Burr that one time, that they can turn the room. They believe it. Even it's delusional. You wouldn't even try.
Clay Dabbler is turning on John Melendez, which is very funny. So Clay's talking to Ava on Twitter and says, "You're a demented troon that has no idea what's funny. That's why you laugh like a maniac when no one else is laughing, and stay quiet when something calls for laughter. You're a Fruit Loop. Hurry up and fuck off." He also said, "Maybe if I got fake tits and acted like a spastic, I'd have got more respect from the Duke." So John was very critical of Clay, saying, "I don't think that was the right thing to do, to go up there and read Anthony's police report." And so John was like, for a while, saying, "Fuck you, Clay. You don't understand," and defending Ava. And Clay Dabbler, who's been nothing but loyal to this guy, finally is fed up. It's just like, "Oh, sorry, I don't have fake tits, John. I'm sorry that you want to listen to this idiot who might be trying to sabotage John's career." It's very possible that's what Ava is up to. So, Adam, you found something that's incredible. I want you to set this up for us.
There's it's been talked about before, but I don't know if people realize the weight that a blind item in crazydaysandnights.com has here in Hollywood, California. It's basically a rumor mill where people could anonymously post things that this lawyer will vet himself and then post, where it doesn't say who it is, but they're almost always true. And especially during the Me Too movement, almost any rumor that was happening around there years later turned out to be exactly true. There have been ones about me. They are true. And everyone reads this. It's not going to have the New York Post kind of snarky tone about politics and things, because they're not interested in that. They're only interested in artists, comedians, working professional, and how they're doing. They've been covering John for a long time. They started treating him as a celebrity when he was on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Then they covered him when he was at the Kardashian wedding. And then right after that, those blind items started getting darker. You could tell me if they ended up being true or not.
Okay. So we're starting with number one here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a blind item. You want to read that?
There it is. That's, you should bring it back and pause it.
Yep. Sorry.
They'll all be like that.
Okay.
I wanted you to see the comments because the dabblers have kind of taken over into this little Hollywood thing. Blind item number 3, September 2nd, 2021. The children of this celebrity who got his start asking celebrities random questions Gonzo style for a radio show seemed to have confirmed that he was abusive to his ex, their mom. Apparently, he is also way behind on child support. Enough people guess who it is, and then they post the most popular answer right there. Stuttering John Melendez,
Wow.
The Howard Stern Show.
That's incredible. So then we see the comments underneath. He's a cretin, and his demise will be noticed by no one. Wow.
Maybe a couple.
John is generally one of the worst human beings on the planet. Just a talentless, miserable failure who is widely hated by everyone he ever worked with and is rapidly drinking himself to death. John may be pathetic, but Howard is now the ultimate cuck shill. More about Howard.
Goes on and on.
Yeah. So, that's a bad thing to have written about you.
Oh, it gets worse. Check out this one from 2025.
Is that number 3?
That'll be, I'm sorry, you're right, from 22 and number 2.
Okay.
It wasn't that long ago that this celebrity was on a morning radio show every day and then parlayed that into a late night gig on at the time, the highest rated late night show. Now he drives an Uber and substitute teaches to earn a living.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, that turned out to be true.
Turns
Driving
out.
the Uber and substitute teaching. Oh, boy. All right. So, a lot of people commenting on that and laughing and making fun of John. Look at our friend Monique from Radio Gunk is in there posting about it.
It's very interesting to see real people, fans, Hollywood types, and dabblers all mixing it up and having the same feelings. Check out this next one from 25.
Okay.
This former radio co-host turned television sidekick turned unemployed comic was banned from yet another restaurant for being drunk and harassing customers. He was going table to table telling people he was a celebrity. The owners have been responding to angry patrons on their Yelp.
Wow, September 30th of 2025. Was he in New York at this time, or is this out in LA he was doing this?
I believe he was in New York, because if you look at the first comment...
Okay. Because
Yes,
this is that tavern that he likes to go to when he's up in New York, I believe.
Stuttering John Melendez, and the place is the Belmont Tavern in Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Yes. No shit.
Brian Dunkelman from American Idol first season, good guess. Fame must be one hell of a drug.
Yeah, everyone's guessing John Melendez in the chat. That's so funny, John getting drunk, going around telling people he's a celebrity. That's so embarrassing. Here's another one from 2025, December of 20. We're getting caught up to current time now.
All of the children of the former comedian, radio personality, television host have all changed their last names from the celebrity to their stepfather.
What? All of them have changed their names?
It might not be all. They might be a little off there. We don't know.
But that's back in December. When did we find out about this? It was this year. That's pretty wild. Sin TV, don't ever call that idiot a celebrity, Stuttering John. Definitely Stuttering John. Stuttering John Melendez, his youngest. Oscar has changed his last name to that of his stepfather. It's definitely Stuttering John, the buffoon. Couldn't possibly be a worse human.
Danny Bonaducci.
Yeah.
Not really a comedian or a host.
Wow. All right. They got that one right. Well, that brings us to the most recent.
Yes.
Blind items. Anything to set up here?
I just think it's the best worded version of events. This sidekick from various media formats performed his, quote, stand-up, end quote, in Manhattan for the first time in a decade and was so drunk and wasted, he sat on a stool and read off pieces of paper for 5 minutes until one of the unruly crowd grabbed the paper and ripped it. He left the stage with 25 minutes left of his act as the crowd was booing him.
It's so accurate.
That's what happened, John. That's all that's happened. A comedian has a gig. He didn't do it. He was booed, and he left because he wanted to drink.
Wow. And him and Dan and Ava are all telling us that that was a big victory for John, and he's been on cloud 9 ever since. So you're not going to convince people that that's what happened.
No, I think John could not handle the idea of facing that crowd sober. And he knew to do an act well, he'd have to be some degree of sober. So when somebody came up with an idea that involved him doing anything that he could be drunk all day and night through, he's like, that's the move.
Yep.
And that's what he did, and that's what we
now,
got.
And now he's trying to justify it. And I swear to God, every time I tune into his show, I'll randomly see that he's on YouTube and pop in for a few minutes. It's the only thing he's talking about. It was what a great job he did. And how he was wronged by the club and Tommy Jordan. And it's just like, that's like, all right, we got to move on from this, John. There's got to be something else to talk about. Like Allentown this Friday night. I have some friends who are going to that show. So if anyone wants to go down to Allentown, say hi to the guy who looks like me with less hair. We have a parody song that came in on our subreddit. Let me give credit where credit is due on this one. This is, oh shit, I deleted the fucking name. I'm such an idiot. Anyway, it's a parody song that came in our subreddit.
John and talent go together like a glass and mallet. This I tell you, brothers, a lolcow more than any other. Drunk and shameless, he's not blameless. Delusional, he thinks that he's still famous. Wiping snot on his face and spitting yuck all over the place. Fuck, fuck, fuck your stupid lawsuits. They're an illusion. Gross, ew, holy shit, what is that on? Those crusty cushions, slurring, spitting, ugly age spots. I am calling for a pussy boycott. Please just finally exit, you fake tough guy, about to cry and always taking from his mother.
All right, a little shoehorn at the end, but we appreciate that. That is from Forsaken West 2088. Thanks for posting that up on there. Much appreciated. All right, we have really big news because Opie is back. We have an explanation for why he was gone. We have the return of Ron the Waiter that happened this morning from the Opster. Before we get into that, we also have some games coming up. Is it gay? The Opie or Burr game. Before we get into all of that, I want to thank the people who are supporting the show by going to supertip.gg/WATP. Labyrinth Mystic all over it supporting the show today. Thank you, Labyrinth Mystic.
Actually, my apologies. If it wasn't for WAP coming on and Anthony Cumia show over on Compound, I never would have been here. Both thank you and fuck you. Crypto is up, so I 15 more for you.
Thank you, Labyrinth Mystic. Executive producer of the show today, Labyrinth Mystic. Warren coming in.
Carl told me no more clips with Bill Burr's Ooga Booga wife.
I didn't tell him that, but he got the message. Labyrinth Mystic.
Ah, yes, CJ drops some bombs. He doesn't keep things classy like you do, Carl.
Okay.
Ooga booga.
Not saying I'm perfect. I never said that. Labyrinth Mystic again.
Okay, let's see. Tommy, possible misdemeanor harassment or assault. Maximum penalties could be $1,000 fine and up to a year in jail. More commonly, up to 15 days in jail and a 3-year probation. Stuttering, John. DWI, I thought, as you left the club drunk. 15 days and a $250 fine. At least 6 months license revoke and mandatory program unless aggravated. 18% or higher. BAL, 2,500 fine. 1 war revoked.
I guess the point is, like, let's not call people out for breaking the law when other people, you yourself, are breaking the law. Ghost Crusaders TV coming in.
Fuck you, Mark, yourself. You giving me no protecting. I'm going to call the Bed and Breakfast Bureau to telling them what you're doing to me.
Are you out of your fucking mind? There isn't a fucking chance in hell he made $2,500. John was pissed before the show when Matt told Gino he was getting $400. Maybe John McCarthy made $2,500. FSJ.
Yeah, we don't know. The money was given to him, and then he was doling it out. So we don't know how much. We don't know how much anyone made, except we know that Gino and Keanu both made $50 each. That's what we do know, because they told us.
You know, I was watching this really entertaining YouTube channel called Nice Podcast Stupid. Said no one ever. Dan, you are not even entertaining enough to be a lol cow. Fix the sign over your head.
Oh, and Lemmy, I know you hate Carl because you think he's a nerd or boring. Sorry, not everyone can be as cool as the people you let fuck you and get you pregnant. Keep sucking on that pen, you dumb bitch.
Whoa, Bauer. Whoa.
Some choice words there. Minimal participation. You don't think John cared about Danny Brand? Pretty sure you mean Daniel Brand. Yeah, he pronounced her name, which is Danielle. He pronounced it Daniel Brand because he cares about the victim. That's the whole reason why he brought it up. It's what liberals do. GD Billow with a super sticker. Thank you very much for the £5. And then Labyrinth Mystic came in with another 10 gifted memberships right here, which is amazing. And followed that up with 5 more.
Wow.
I will start looking at crypto from now on and understanding if Laverne Mystic's going to be generous or not when he comes on the show. Thank you very much for doing that. If you got gifted a membership tonight, check out under the posts tab, all of the bonus shows that are listed there for you to watch. And we appreciate, you can go there and get the updated ones. And on Saturdays, I always post on there when you're a member. So check that out. And thank you so much for gifting those memberships. The great Missy B is here with $10. Convenient timing at Opie's return. Happy 10th anniversary WATP. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Shout out to my friend Sarah, who recently made Drink the Dabbleverse Kool-Aid. One of us. One of us. Thank you very much, Missy B. Yes, we are celebrating 10 years of Who Are These Podcasts. The original episode number 1, dropped on March 2nd, 2016. And here we are 10 years later, and we're doing it. Thank you to Troy Smith for putting together this nice, fine piece of artwork to celebrate 10 years of WATP. Matthias. John watched a clip of Opie calling him insufferable and exhausting. I knew that would happen. John desperate for allies against Ant seemed very hurt by it. It was great. Yeah, I have the clip coming up. Great. What Opie had to say about Stuttering John. It's amazing. And yeah, to Missy's point, it is a very convenient time. All of a sudden, Anthony's got this viral video out, and now Opie's like, hey, I'm back. What's going on, everybody?
John did that before once. Remember, he was on a hiatus and something happened in the news, and he suddenly was back to be a part of that story. Mm-hmm. Same instinct.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I know what you're talking about. Motorcycle Miguel, $10. I'm taking credit for getting the Hackamania poker tournament since I asked about it on the Creep Off a couple of weeks ago. Who's the more dangerous player, Rocco, Melton, or you? See you in Vegas. I would say Melton. I don't live in Las Vegas. I think Patrick is probably better at poker than I am. And definitely better than Tukey.
I want in on that.
Let's do it. Chaos Queen, $5. Video proved that the papers were on the floor after TJ grabbed them. Sorry, not stolen property, drunkie. Yeah, but you have to tape them back together, and where would he buy tape? It's expensive.
Yeah, he already blew his money on printing.
It wasn't stolen. Yeah, it wasn't stolen. Dub9 Raider. John is literally Eric the Midget. Narcissism, underserved self-importance, no sense of humor, gnarled fingers. He's got to be playing a character. Don't forget.
I'm club-fucking-footed, you asswipe.
Maybe I'm Eric. Maybe I'm the one who is the Eric. T-Bit. My theory on Stuttering John, he gets drunk so much, he has to get told or watch what his online friends tell him how he did.
Yes.
And that is his memory of the night. This was brought up by Rocco, actually, by Tukey, recently, that he talks to people that John talks to on the phone, and John has no memory of their conversation because he calls him when he's very drunk at nighttime. I think that's probably true.
Yes.
Daniel Poon. All the SJ ballwashers must be just as dumb as him or dumber to be on his abortion of a show. Can't wait to see y'all at Hackamania. Daniel Poon, I can't wait to see you at Hackamania. It's going to be great. Hackamania.com, promo code WATP, get 10% off your tickets. Reverend Rage is here. Did you want John and Anthony to have a grand finale of singing Sweet Caroline? I'm going to get you something. There's no happy endings. I'm going to tell you something.
Jesus Christ.
There's no happy endings in the Dabbleverse.
I disagree, Reverend Rage.
We all had a happy ending that night. I miss old Howard Stern. The comic before John should be criticized more than his 2-minute performance. Oof. That is true. I wasn't in the room for that.
Yeah.
I had left, so I didn't see that, but I heard it was not good. He just gave right up. James Q. Legend. After the Red Band tape, Carlos Mencia turned rooms in SoCal that started booing him by just doing comedy. He sucks, but he won crowds. There you go. Yeah, just tell jokes. People are there to laugh and hear jokes. That can do it. Edward Turner, $10 Australian. I noticed how when John was at Rodney's, he had a beer in his hand, but never saw water he says he always drinks with it. When people buy him beer, does he make them order a water as well? His OCD is a little different than other people's OCD. It comes and goes, and it changes all the time. Yep. Good point, though. Yeah, he's always just swinging a beer. James Leo Sklar became a YouTube member. Thank you very much for that. All right. Very exciting news in the world of WATP. The return of our boy, Opie.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right, a little behind the scenes. So Adam pulled together a package from Opie's return on the 2nd, which was Monday. And then I have a package from the Opie and Ron show from this morning. So I want to start off with Opie's triumphant return to streaming. We were all wondering what was going on. He tweeted out that he's something about being able to walk again and he'll be back to streaming soon. So we went, oh, what's going on? When I was talking to Anthony at when we were down for John's show, Anthony brought up something about Opie being in the hospital. Like, oh, is that what's going on? Is that true? And turns out it is. Turns out Opie had an emergency and needed to go to the hospital for it and has been out of commission, as they say, for a while. I don't know how well he explains it, but Adam, where do you want to start off with your clips here?
Well, we can start off right there with number 5, where he talks about how he dealt with this sudden back pain he had.
They get me on some kind of stretcher. They don't give two shits, so they're gonna hit every fucking bump out of this building, and then I'm in an ambulance, and then every bump they hit, that's gonna be excruciating pain. I would pass out from the pain, no joke. And then I get to the hospital, and you know what they're gonna do? They're like, well, this isn't an emergency. You just pulled out your back real bad, so we're gonna put you in the hallway for the next 12 hours. So long story short, I decided to kind of rehab and try to get better on my own in the house. And
hold on a second. So how is that possible so the title of this episode is Back from Breaking My Back. And then he says, well, I just kind of pulled it out. So I just rehabbed it myself and figured it out without their help. How bad could it have been then if you didn't get help from a doctor for it?
He had to use every single public resource available to then decide to just go home and deal with it himself.
And at hour 12, he's like, this isn't working for me.
And the way he worded it was very strange. He was like, that would have hurt my back. That could have done that. But then I did decide to go home. He never comes clear. He was stretching and then it got a little pain. Then he just stretched too hard and it just became the worst. And he was bedridden for 3 weeks. He missed all of February.
It wasn't a specific incident because he even explains, I think we have the clip coming up, but he even explains that his back was hurting on his last podcast, what he did with Alex Stein, or, the last live stream that he did.
Yeah, what we thought was love in his eyes, it turns out was excruciating pain.
Excruciating pain, yeah.
We just misread it.
We should have known. So he hasn't had a friend to talk to in a long time because his friends are the chatters. And so he's very excited when the chat shows up.
I was in some pain because I had just a little small back pull. And, here are all the people. I was just babbling to myself. Opie, what's up? How about a shout out? Love you, miss you. What's up, Corey? How are you? Hey, Ted Palawada. Hey.
Look who shows up as a third chat out here. That's right. TV's Adam Bush says our long national nightmare is over.
Hey, Adam Bush, what's going on? Hey, Bobby, what's going on? Oh, my God, I made $2. I haven't even done anything. We want Ron back, not Opie. All right, we'll work on the Ron thing.
I'm so happy for Opie to have his friends back again. He must have been so lonely by himself in that apartment with just Doggy.
He doesn't say a single thing about Doggy, about the kids, about his wife, or about anyone visiting or helping. The only thing he talks about for this entire hour is the TV he watched.
Yeah, that is interesting. You would think that this would be a perfect time to talk about the support you got from your family, even generically. You don't have to go into specifics. I know he doesn't like to go into specifics or anything like that. But if it's like, my wife was great through all of this. The kids chipped in.
How are they getting to school? Who's doing the trivia in the morning? What's happening?
Who's waking them up?
They're starving. Yeah, they're still in bed this whole time. Where do you want to go next?
Check out number 10 and we can play everyone's favorite game show. What does Opie think of ice skating? Is it boring, lame, stupid, or gay?
All right, those are our choices. Producer Chris, you have a guess?
Lame.
The ice skating is gay.
You should have known that.
I don't get ice skating. I think it's stupid.
There you go. That was
Good
fun
stuff.
for everybody.
Yep.
So check this out. He can't be happy for anyone. And the way he announces what's actually very cool news is very odd. Check out number 9.
Okay.
Very exciting. Very happy for my cousin. His 2 boys, Jack and Quinn, have a gold medal, bitches. So I'm very, very happy for my cousin.
Is that true? Is he related to the Hughes brothers in the NHL? I mean, his last name is Hughes. Is that true?
I don't know.
Huh.
Figured he
gold
would have
medal.
mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Right?
Seriously.
Medal, bitches. So I'm very, very happy for my.
Didn't Jack Hughes score the game-winning goal to win the gold medal? And he plays on the Devils, which is real close to where Opie lives.
I personally have memorized the top 10 most famous people from his high school.
Right.
Starting with Mariah Carey.
Mariah
He
Carey's
doesn't
number
mention
1.
this. But listen to how happy he is for his own family.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Bitches. So I'm very, very happy for my cousin. That was huge. And then they went to the White House, and that Trump knows how to take care of our national heroes, our Olympic heroes, our gold medal winners.
Oh boy, that hurt.
Cool. Thanks for the insight or the personal tip or anything you knew. Did you wish him? Did you congratulate him? It's your cousin.
Did you make a phone call? Did you send a text or something like that? And then Trump, am I right, people? Opie's take is always just like, I mean, am I right? What? What's your take? What do you mean?
Maybe he needs a vacation. Check out number 12.
Okay.
Let's say hi to who's this guy? Eton. You should go to warmer weather like Cape Coral. There's a B&B I can recommend. All right. Thank you. Thanks for your $5, I guess. Is that an inside joke that I don't know about? Or you guys hit me with inside jokes and I just sit here and read them all stupid? And then you're like, I got him. Was that an inside joke? Well, I'll take your $5. I mean, and you have fun with the inside joke. I'll take that trade-off. $5, inside joke. I get the $5, and you get the little laugh on your end because I'm reading something stupid because I don't know anything about anything out there. I avoid all of it.
Okay. We're going to find out he doesn't avoid all of it. But also, I just want to point out, if he's looking to rent out my house in Cape Coral, my house is built for a family, so he doesn't need that one. There's too much space there. All those rooms. Yeah. You wouldn't know what to do with it.
And no dogs, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
there's also going to be a lot of blood and shit on the wall from the previous renter.
I just want to point out that that's not true. You can rent my house. It'll be very clean when you rent my house in Cape Coral. It's a very nice house. Are you the one who's going to my Yelp page, Adam?
Get out.
No, this one's kind of funny because Opie gets reminded, there was a big event that just happened in his town the past weekend before he showed back up, and people want to talk to him about that.
So I laid around for 2 weeks in a room. I had plenty of time. Opie rules, Stuttering John does not. You guys are still talking about Stuttering John? Oh my God.
Yeah. Your former partner just had this big run-in with him that was kind of a big deal to the New York Post and stuff. Opie's like, why are you guys talking about Stuttering John?
He's the worst improv actor ever. He tells you exactly what he's thinking. What is that, an inside joke? Oh, so it's an inside joke, or you wouldn't have said that. Stuttering John? Who even is that? Oh, he's in the news? We'll be back tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. He follows the Dabbleverse because as soon as he starts talking about it, and he talks about it with Ron, which is amazing from this morning. Yeah, you can tell he's paying very close attention to everything that's going on. And yes, he's a terrible actor when it comes to doing that. I don't even know what that is. I'm not paying attention to that. No time. What else you want to talk about here?
Check out 18, and you can have something that's really great for Opie or Burr.
Little thought. Had a lot of thoughts laying in bed for 2 weeks. I don't think religion was supposed to be this complicated. I think if there is a God, I think God would be like, this religion thing was supposed to be easy. Easy. You guys are making it so complicated. You're fighting wars over this. It's supposed to be easy.
Hot take.
Hot.
Super hot take. Anthony in the chat says, Ron lied to Opie about me again on his first day back. Well, that's interesting because Ron had a lot of things to say about Anthony reaching out to him directly. So I'll have to get the inside scoop from Ant and find out. We'll play those clips. I have them coming up in just a moment. We'll find out what Ron said Anthony did. And hear Opie's reaction to it, which Opie can't help but overreact to anything that involves Anthony Cumia.
It's crazy.
Tell me you're not over it. Now tell me you're not over it. It's so obvious that Opie cannot get over this thing.
Let's get out of here real fast and end with number 16, which I think is the best sign-off he's ever had.
Wait, Davion, did I turn you? Davion started with a little hate, and now he's saying you're the man, Ope. All right, Davion. I'm gonna look for you on this damn thing. Okay, you made my night. Davion says. Oh, well, you made my night. Turning around a hater always makes my night. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm babbling. I've lost my fastball. It's pretty obvious, but I'll get it back.
Sure you will, Opie. Yeah. You're not as polished as you normally are, Opie. That's what's going on here.
Babble.
Oh! All right. So that's his big announcement. He hurt his back. He was laid up watching the Olympics. So he wasn't able to do a podcast for a while. And he does tease that Ron will be back and he's going to do his streams again. And lo and behold, this morning, he comes back with Ron the Waiter. Very exciting. And Opie wants to remind us all, because it's been 3 weeks, about the drama they left off with.
Yeah. Anyway, last time you were on, there was a fucking Anthony drop. And then people, like I said, thought I had to take 2 weeks off because of the drop. That's not true. I mean, we needed a couple days to maybe breathe, and then the back popped out. But what was the drama about? I forgot. You said Anthony DM'd you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Anthony had to fucking text me and give me a talking to. And then Ron, this is how special you are in my life. You got my new phone number. Anthony's got my old number. Oh. And now Anthony's blocked from my old number.
What a pussy. Anthony sent Opie a text that just said, hey, just so you know, it goes, one of the problems with you, Opie, is that you believe everything that you hear. I did not DM Ron. So, Ron was saying that Anthony was DMing him and telling him he's the best part of the show and he's so great. So I just want to say, I'm not, because then Opie's like, that's so weird. He would do that. And he did it with Carl Ruiz. So Anthony just had to be like, I'm not messaging Carl. I didn't message Carl Ruiz. I'm not messaging Ron. I'm not getting involved in your partners. I'm not trying to sabotage the show or anything like that. And so Opie had to block him after that.
And why did he pretend to not remember and then
I know
every detail?
Do the full recap. So stupid.
Loser.
He also his old number on his old phone is what woke him up in the middle of the night.
Right. Yes. He claims this went to a different phone.
It's bullshit. It's the same number. He just blocked him on his regular phone. Opie still believes big radio's coming down to take him every day. He's not changing his number for anyone.
That's a good point. Because he showed that it was read at like 5 a.m. or something like that.
Right, but it was sent at 10 at night.
Right, it was sent at 10 at night.
Yeah.
Normal time. And then he read it at 5 a.m. and he complained about how we got it in the middle of the night or whatever he was complaining about. But you wouldn't be looking at your second phone at that time.
Right.
Why would you have to block someone who texts you twice a year? I mean, the last time that Anthony texted before that was when Opie's mother passed away. And he had just a nice thing to say to him. He has to block him.
Sends him into such a state, just thinking a text might come in. He needs to live in a world where it's not going to happen.
Wow. All right. Well, Opie is easily triggered, as I've brought up before.
I guess it was traumatizing for you and triggering, I can imagine, to wake up at 5 a.m. and to see this guy who, there's a real psychological dynamic between you and Anthony. I don't know that world at all. I really don't. but it must have been triggering to go, hey, and by the way, he doesn't even call you Opie.
Right.
He calls you Greg.
Oh, does he? Oh, isn't that nice? No one calls me Greg unless you. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish by calling me Greg.
It's your name.
Who gives a fuck?
Dude, everything triggers this guy. It's like, calm down. He's like, oh, he called me Greg? He could have called you shithead. You know, like, Greg, I think.
How would that go for you?
Right. I think Greg's a little bit nicer than what he could have called you on this.
So what are we supposed to call him?
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Adam, because there's no name that Opie wants to be called.
No one calls me Greg. I never liked my real name. I don't like my stupid nickname, Opie. So I'm a guy that doesn't really have a name because I don't want to go through life now that Opie and Anthony is over with everyone calling me Opie because that's silly.
So it's wild that this guy doesn't have a name that he prefers to be called at all. He's too old to be an Opie.
Mm-hmm.
No one calls him Greg. So I guess, yeah, shithead. I guess we're going to go with that then.
I don't want to live in the past.
Right? Yeah. Opie doesn't want to live in the past.
If you call him either name, you're trashing him. He has not provided a third option for us. What are we supposed to call you?
Also, I love that Opie doesn't like the name Opie. The name of his channel is Opie Radio. The name of his podcast is Opie Radio.
You're triggering him right now.
I know.
What you're
That's
doing,
my
what you're
fault. That's very mean of me to say all that.
Hey, you.
So apparently, and I don't know if this is what Anthony was alluding to in our chat just now, but apparently Ron says, I did get a DM that was from a guy named Anthony Cumia. It wasn't the Anthony Cumia because then Anthony DM'd me and said, hey, just so you know, I didn't DM you, to let him know that wasn't him, which I think is a wise thing to do. If someone's getting a fake Anthony DMing them, you'd want to clear that up and be like, hey, whatever this person's saying to you, that's not me. And for some reason, what I just said is so complicated to these two, they can't wrap their heads around it.
Anthony DM'd you to say
he didn't DM me.
That he didn't DM you.
Yeah, that's a, yeah. You know, when you say it like that, it sounds so fucking ridiculous. Anthony Cumia DM'd me to say, hey, dude, I actually didn't DM you. So in reality, he did DM me.
Right.
Wow.
This is so complicated, these two, they literally can't figure it out.
That's okay. Wait. So how do you DM someone to say you didn't DM them? That's weird to me. No.
It's like one of those riddles.
It's not. It's very simple. It has to do with time. You know, when you said I DM'd you, I hadn't yet.
Mm-hmm.
FYI, it's that easy. And they're like, "Whoa, we'll never wrap our heads around this one."
But it says Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, there's just no way to figure this one out. We'll come back to that. But first, for whatever reason, and Adam, I know you listened to this episode today. Our buddy Ron the Waiter wants to involve himself in Stuttering John's Rodney's gig very badly. And we find out here that Ron the Waiter performs at Rodney's all the time, apparently.
And instead of calling it Dangerfields, they now call it Rodney's. And supposedly it's pretty nice in there now.
It is nice. The manager, hey, dude, I have some cred there because of you. Like,
of course.
You're really liked there, dude. You're really liked there.
Of course.
Like apparently Rodney's Comedy Club is Team Opie.
Okay. So we're going to find out a lot about how they feel about Anthony, according to Ron the Waiter. And he says it's really nice in there now. It's not. It's a dump. And I know I was just talking to the owner on Shirley's show the other day, but I mean, it was uncomfortable. The way it was laid out was not great. And
the beers were warm.
The beers were warm. I got served warm beer.
That offends me the most.
Have you ever been to Dangerfields?
Yes, I had been to Dangerfields.
It's a step up from that.
Yeah, Dangerfields definitely went south. It was not in a good shape. They probably made it better than it was.
That we can say.
But Rodney's was not good. So then Opie is in this conversation about how at one point, because Ron's just blowing smoke up his ass and saying like, oh my gosh, people over at Rodney's think you're a legend. You were like the biggest radio personality in the city. And Opie goes, yeah, at one point we were bigger than Howard Stern. It's like, okay, why not? But then they get back to the most important topic at hand.
Anthony DM'd you.
Yes.
To say he didn't DM you.
Yes. Yeah. It's like a weird version of Tourette's or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
Why
like
would
OCD.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
Neither of those things. Nope.
What are they talking about? Why is this so confusing for them? I can't figure it out.
I think this is Opie's radio instincts where he's just milking this.
Yep.
And there's nothing to milk.
Yeah, right. He's there's no meat on that bone, but he's just gnawing away at it.
Yeah, it's either that or they had a discussion beforehand and Ron's not remembering the script and he's trying to lead him down something and he keeps fucking it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to that joke that I came up with. So apparently there was a guy at Rodney's who was not happy with one Anthony Cumia. I think Anthony's in the chat saying that this did not happen.
I was at Rodney's yesterday to do a set.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, last Friday, you guys went viral. And literally the mood changed. And he was like, yeah, dude, it was really bad. I'm like, I said, you talk about Anthony? He goes, yeah, we didn't want him here. It was really bad. And they said, I don't want to say the word, but we don't want that PED here. And I'm like, well,
they said that?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, we don't want that PED here. We don't want that. We don't want that racist here. We don't want that type of attention. We don't want that drama.
Is Anthony a pedestrian?
I don't think that's the word he was going for. Yeah, according to Ron here, someone who works at Rodney's was calling Anthony a PDF file and a racist and saying he's not allowed there anymore. Now, I can tell you from being at this event that they were thrilled to have Anthony there because that place was packed. It was jammed and mobbed. And they seemed to have no problem letting Anthony get right up on stage and introduce the headliner. And now all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, they don't even like that guy. They wouldn't even have him here ever again. Was Anthony raping children in the bathroom or something? Or did something happen that I'm not aware of? I haven't heard any reports of that.
That's why you were recording in there.
That's what it was, yes. I want to get some blackmail on him. So Opie is going to sum up what happened to Anthony. Because the reason why they're talking about this, there was a viral moment outside where a guy was filming Anthony and accusing him of all this shit. And then Anthony ripped his glasses off his face and threw him down on the ground. And that's pretty much the long and short of it.
Right.
And so Opie's pretend like he doesn't know about this thing, but then kind of like let you know that he does know about it.
I heard Anthony like attack somebody or something because the guy said some things to Anthony that Anthony didn't like. What else do I know? I think that's about it.
So when I'm saying New York City is a small world, what are the fucking odds that last Friday I finished my set at Rodney's Comedy Club and I'm coming out the door?
Wait, so hold on. So you're a regular at Rodney's? I didn't know this.
Yeah. I do Rodney's at least once or twice a week.
Oh, don't say that. That's not a good advertisement for this club.
No.
That is not a good advertisement. Please don't tell anyone that.
But Greg here, if I may call him Greg.
He hates that.
Just outed himself for knowing even less than he knows about Ron.
Well, right. He doesn't pay attention to Ron at all.
And he was supposed to go to one of his gigs.
Right. He performs twice a week, and Opie could never figure out a way to get out there, even though it's not a far hike from where he is. It's just over to the east side. So that's interesting that Opie goes, yeah, I guess there was like a thing that happened and Anthony was there and there was, I don't know. I guess I kind of know, scratching his face. That's a tell. I guess I kind of know some stuff. Meanwhile, if you go on Opie Radio YouTube page today, he pulled clips from this episode that we're talking about, two different ones. They're talking about Anthony, and the thumbnail is the thumbnail from the viral clip that Anthony is in.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing?
Right.
You know, Opie never played that on the show, but he's like, I guess, yeah, there was a thing, and someone was doing a thing, and Anthony did a thing back. Like, holy shit.
What does being vague do for his show?
Right. Being vague doesn't do anything for anyone, and we know you know. And that's okay, because he thinks it's like weird to pay attention to his former partner. It's weird. It's weird.
Well, it's weird to announce that you blocked them and then read every article that comes out about them.
Right. All right, so Ron says he did stand-up before the show we went to.
Yeah, I caught that.
At Rodney's. I didn't realize the club was open earlier in the day. I thought they had just opened for this show.
It was a matinee, I guess.
I guess there was a matinee comedy, which is always great on a Friday in New York. I guess it's probably true. But it's very interesting that Ron was apparently there. He's trying to make it so that he's part of this story.
I finished my set at Rodney's last Friday, and I'm coming out, and I'm like, there's a lot of people. There's fucking paparazzi. It turns out Stuttering John is the next show, and it was apparently a solo. Did Stuttering John do stand-up?
I honestly don't. Like I said, I know some of this stuff in broad strokes. I guess I knew over the years that he does stand up from time to time.
Oh boy, he just made a powerful enemy this one. You can't say he dabbles. That's not smart, Opie.
Also, I guess I knew.
I know.
Over the years.
What's the point of any of this? Like these two idiots, the Stuttering John do stand up. I don't know if you guys are going to talk about this. You know you are, because Anthony was involved in it, and it's in the New York Post. Like, why not do a little bit of research and know what you're talking about? I'm sure they did.
Sure.
I think Ron really is this out of it. Opie's not.
No.
Opie knows exactly what's going on, which we're going to find out in a minute because he can't help himself but to reveal all the information that he has. Does Stuttering John do stand-up? Oh, geez, that rings a bell.
Just like he's afraid to try. He's afraid to have a take.
Standing up and telling jokes. Oh, it's stand-up comedy.
Yeah. I guess I knew that.
I guess I knew that. Well, it's funny because then Ron is out of it. Ron never listened to Opie and Anthony. He never listened to Howard Stern show. He doesn't know any of the players or any of the things that are going on. So Ron asks innocently, "Are you friends with Stuttering John? You guys probably run in similar circles."
They do.
I tried. I didn't understand why a lot of people go after him until I understood.
Right.
He's insufferable. And just me saying he's insufferable, now I have to deal with his horseshit again.
Yeah, that's exactly
Hypocrite.
Right. I'm sure that I think someone reported that John's already reacted to this on his show today.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this morning, Opie goes, he's insufferable. I didn't know why he got so much hate until he was just so obnoxious because Opie tweeted something out that was complimentary of John, and John took it the wrong way and motherfucked Opie and blocked him.
This is the magic of John Melendez, is that somebody whose takes are wrong about everything, suddenly they're right. Suddenly when he talks about John, I'm agreeing with them and I'm smiling and I'm with you, Opie.
Yep, we've all been there. We all get it when it comes to John Melendez. So then Ron, very confused about all of this, even though he was there apparently when the paparazzi was there and all the spectacle was going on. All of a sudden he wants to know, are Anthony and John friends? Why would they be at this show together?
Hold on. So why would Anthony be at Stuttering John's show? Are they friends? I didn't think they were.
I don't know. I guess Stuttering John was doing a show in New York, and Anthony went there to harass him. I think if I got that correctly.
Yeah, are they friends? Geez, I'm not sure.
I'll wait.
I guess there was a show, and then Anthony was there, and then it turns out Opie knows fucking everything.
And I think the people that were at Rodney's were there because of Anthony. So I put Stuttering John in a really bad spot where he was trying to stand up in front of a crowd that did not like him.
Jesus, that sounds horrible.
It's an exhausting world, Ron.
Isn't that amazing? He has to be like, I'm not sure. I don't know anything about this. And it's like, yeah, actually what happened is the club got packed out because Anthony's fans all came down to harass Stuttering John. And then so John was like, had to deal with all these people who were making fun of him. It was like, oh, so Opie, you know all about this.
So do you think Ron's baiting him by acting dumb and hoping that the elder statesman here clears him up on things?
I don't think Ron knows how to act dumb.
Okay.
I could be way off on that.
All right.
But I get the sense, because Ron said so many naive things,
that
I get the sense that he really is just out of it.
Okay.
But it is odd to think that he was there that night. We're going to find out he had a run-in with Anthony that I talked to Anthony all night, and he didn't tell me, hey, did you see Ron the waiter was here? And that never got brought up.
That's why everyone thought I was at the show. I get it now. That makes sense. Okay.
Oh, Ant's going to clear it up.
Yeah, Anthony in the chat says, Opie does the I don't know thing because he wants to appear to be more important than everyone else. I can't pay attention to that, man.
Oh, I get it.
That's what it's all about. But it's so funny that because Ron's providing no context, he's like, okay, here's what happened.
All right, fine.
Yeah, Opie's finally like, all right, I'll tell you what fucking happens. Then we just get through this and move on with this.
I mean, they both read the article. They both read articles before any news story they cover, and they mention who read it. What do you know? Why are they pretending that they didn't read the article? It's like they either had that discussion or Ron doesn't know what he's allowed to or can say, so Opie has to say it first because he doesn't know who's a friend or who's an enemy, and he gets yelled at when he gets it wrong.
True. Okay, that's a good point. I think it's beyond just reading the article. I think people have sent Opie links to videos.
Of course they have.
Because he saw when John's reading the report and Anthony's standing up in the crowd and yelling at John and then everyone's chanting his name. Like, people sent that to Opie.
Yeah.
100%. Right. So he saw it. He knows. He knows everything that went down.
Delivery like he overheard it in the coffee house. Other people talking and didn't want to pry.
Yeah, I guess he was at a comedy club. Yeah, he was at Rodney's. We've established that part, Opie. Don't play dumb on that part. I guess he's in town or something. Yes.
And you didn't mention to Opie that you ran into Anthony at your gig that Stuttering John was performing at. Never occurred to you to mention that.
Yeah, this is going back 5 days now. This hasn't been brought up between the two of them. They didn't text about it or anything like that. So then Opie has to bring it back to this hilarious bit that is killing.
Okay, great.
I got something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me start by saying this.
Wait, I gotta go back again.
Yeah, go.
I want to make sure I understand this. Okay. Anthony.
That's right.
DM'd you.
Oh, God. Yep.
To say he didn't DM you.
That is 100% correct, sir. You are correct, sir. He DM'd me to tell me he didn't DM me. It's fucking bizarro world.
Remember Heather W., the woman who gave a lot of money to Stuttering John because she's naive and didn't know what was going on? Back when Heather W. and I were communicating, somebody spoofed my number and would call her from my phone number. So then she would call me and I would have to call her back to tell her I didn't call her because I wasn't the one who called her. Now, if I told that
slow down.
If I told that to Ron and Opie, they'd be like, what the fuck? You called someone to tell me you didn't call them? Like, yes, that's precisely what happened. I don't know why he thinks this is a funny bit or what he thinks is going on here. So then they get off on this weird tangent. Ron starts talking about how, like, you get your intelligence from your mom and not your dad. And Opie, being the shock jock that he is, has a zinger for us.
Scientifically prove it.
Well, I could tell you what you get from your dad. A big
diabetes?
No, a big meat whistle.
Not me.
My dad had a big meat whistle, and his son has a big meat whistle.
Do you, Opie? Cool.
That's gross.
That's so cool, man. I love that your dad passed out his big dick to you. It's so cool. What's he doing? I still got it. See, radio execs? I still got it. Talk about my enormous cock by using terms like meat whistle, so it's FCC safe.
Is that a term that people use?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Definitely not. And if you don't want to get laid, try using that in the bedroom and see what happens. Who wants to suck on my meat whistle? Not me. Okay, well, dumb question, I guess. So then this is when we find out that Ron, he said he was performing at that club earlier.
Yeah.
Now we find out that he actually ran into Anthony Cumia at the show.
And God is my witness. Fucking Anthony pops out and goes, "What do you know? What do you say?" Like that. Like, what do you know? What do you say? Like that. We're 5 feet. We're like directly across from each other, 5 feet away. And I'm looking at him right in the eyes. And I'm like, holy shit, that's Anthony. And he looks right over my right shoulder. He doesn't make eye contact. He's looking here because there's paparazzi.
Oh, the paparazzi. He's still doing it where he gets the paparazzi. That must be exciting. I want the paparazzi again while I'm walking my dog around.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd like the attention, wouldn't you? Okay. I'm calling bullshit on all of this. And I can't wait to talk to Anthony after this to find out what Ron is making up here, because I was there before Anthony was. We were both at Sullivan's hanging out, and then Zenhauser picked us up, and we got to the club before Anthony did. So I was there milling about in the front, all the things that Ron's explaining before Anthony was there. I definitely would have seen Ron if he was there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that crowded at that time. We got there pretty early.
Sure.
To hang out. So this is bullshit. He's making this up.
I remember when I saw Ant last, he was popping out of the car. You folks look wonderful from here. How you doing? How you doing? Where are you? How are you?
Yes,
that's his typical entrance.
That's how he is.
When you got there before Anthony,
yeah,
and you said it was still a light crowd, was there any evidence that there was a previous show?
No.
Okay.
No, there's warm beers in the cooler. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like they were just opening up.
So Ron was there to stock the cooler? You fuck up.
It seemed like they were just opening up to me. So, yeah, that all seemed really odd that he's explaining this. So then, and Adam, this is to your point before, where is Ron just pretending to be naive and not know what's going on to let Opie tell the story? Because earlier, it didn't seem like either of them knew about this viral clip that Anthony's in. And now all of a sudden they do.
Well, the thing is there was a guy outside of Rodney's when Anthony came out of the Black came out of the Black EV and he's screaming, "What are you doing back in New York City? Why are you allowed back in New York City? Because you are a PED and a racist. You are a massive piece of shit, PED and a racist." And Anthony kept going, "Who are you? What's your name? Blah, blah, blah." And then the guy said some transvestite woman's name, and Anthony knew who that was. And then the guy kept saying, "You're a piece of shit, PED, racist, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. You're no good. Why are you here? We don't want you here." And Anthony said again, "Who are you? What's your name?" And then just fucking popped him right in the fucking mouth.
That's not Anthony. Anthony isn't bothered by things. Supposedly I was the one that was always bothered by it. Things don't bother Anthony.
Good one, Opie. Did you see Opie making the face as Ron's telling him exactly what happened? The thing that Opie was pretending to summarize earlier. I'm not sure. I think a thing happened and then a thing. And then Ron tells him the exact story back. And Opie's like, "What? Whoa." Just a little advice for the Opster. Play the viral clip on your show. React to it. Pause it a few times. Talk about your take and what you know about Anthony and his reaction to this. Because I kind of thought it was a little bit out of character from Ant. And Opie would be the person everyone would want to go to see the reaction video from.
Oh, yeah.
He would get a ton of views on that. Instead, he has to do this thing where he plays dumb, doesn't know what's going on. And then when Ron explains it to him, he just goes, "Whoa, whoa." So lame. It's not accomplishing anything for him. He's got the worst instincts ever.
I feel like they had a conversation before about how this was going to play out, and they both forgot how it was going to play out.
That's what I'm saying.
They're doing it wrong.
And they're reminding each other what they were allowed to say. Ron went from "I'd never seen it" to directly quoting all of the parties involved correctly.
Yeah. And I want to point out, so this show was an hour and 10 minutes long. They talk about all this stuff 20 minutes in, and then for the next 10 minutes, and then it gets off on these weird tangents, and then they bring it all the way back to this and go through all of it again. So this was obviously in their notes to talk about that. I think they realized they dropped the ball on it the first time. So now all of a sudden, Opie is piecing it all together.
Let me get this straight. So one guy got in Anthony's face and Anthony struck him. Is that true?
100%.
Okay. And then the other side of the story is then Stuttering John is on stage, sold out Rodney's, everyone heckling him. Everyone there doesn't like him in general. And did Stuttering John like attack the audience physically, or did he stand there and take it?
I mean, I wasn't there for that. I left. I mean, I did the show before. I didn't.
This doesn't make sense. And now you're gonna have to deal with another DM, Ron. You're gonna have another DM saying you got your story wrong.
Yeah, and you should probably start DMing this guy immediately because he's
I'm on it.
Making some shit up right now. You're the other Anthony Cumia that DMs him? That makes sense.
Cumia with 2 O's.
But as I like that Opie is still playing this, like, I'm not sure what happened. Then John, did he attack the audience? Like, did anyone say that? What do you mean? Where'd you come up with that idea? But then it turns out, again, that Opie knows everything.
I mean, if anyone should have been like attacking people, it should have been Stuttering John. They put him in a wild spot. The whole crowd is chanting, terrible things at the guy. They weren't there to support him. And
is that true?
And Stuttering John was I did see one video where he puts his arms up like, what else you got? Here I am, bitches. And he didn't attack anybody.
Well, there you go, Opie. Start with that. You saw it. You know what's going on. Why would you wait an hour into your podcast to finally reveal, like, so I was watching the videos of what went down at the show. It's fucking wild. Like, everyone's chanting crazy shit like Deadbeat Dad, and they're chanting Oscar Turner, and so John's getting all pissed off about that. And then at the end, he's triumphant after guy rips the paper. Like, yeah, all that stuff happened. Just say it. Why are you playing coy? What's the point of all of this? Like, he knows details about what happened.
And then I heard people like, you do your act, You can't do your act in that spot, you idiots. Why is it me that has to always come up with the logic? Because now they're spinning it that, he shouldn't do his act. You can't do your act in a hostile environment like that. Ridiculous.
Now they're spinning it. He's even watching the reaction shows. He's watching WATP. He's watching NLO and Uncle Rico and all the shows, Blind Mike, all the shows that are covering this thing. And he pretended he didn't know anything about it for most of the stream.
To what end?
To what end is he doing that? And this is crazy. I was actually, this is the last, I clipped this right before. That's why I was like scrambling to get on the show. Because I was like, oh shit, they're talking about it again. So I'm clipping all this stuff going, what kind of reveal is this? Why the fuck? He knows what
fucking know all about this shit.
He knows exactly what they were chanting and everything else.
He's so concerned with people accusing him of falling into those same tropes that they always accuse him of. Like, he reacts too much. He's manipulative. He's really trying to set it up like Ron is coming to these opinions on his own and not being led by Opie. And it's not working. He's clearly being led, and they've clearly talked about this before.
Obviously. So then they talk about, people were chanting, do your act. And we did want to see John do the squeegee bit and some of his other bits that he does. And then they wonder, well, what is his act?
A whole crowd yelling and screaming because they hate your guts. And you're like, hey,
what is his act? Do you know it? What does he do? He stutters?
I mean, all these years, I never knew Stuttering John to be a good stand-up comedian. That's for sure. But I guess he gets things done up there. I don't know.
Whoops. Yeah, I said too much.
Gets things done up there.
I guess he gets things done up there. What is his act? It's a funny question.
Balloon animals.
And does he stutter? Is a good question.
So speaking of what is his act, Adam actually found what Ron does when he's at Rodney's. Should we play the clip of what Ron posted on his social media of him performing at Rodney's?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, because I thought it was wild that he's like, I perform there once or twice a week. And I've seen Ron Berman stand up before, and I'm always like, this is terrible. This is the most amateur shit I've ever seen. You're way too old of a man to think that you're a stand-up comic when you do this. So maybe this will win me over and I'll change my mind.
Mel Gibson got pulled over by the LA Highway Patrol for DWI, and they asked him for his license and registration, and he yelled, the Jews, they're starting all the wars. He did say that. Dude, it sounds like a song in a Broadway musical. The Jews! The Jews! They're starting all the wars, and they've got lasers in space, and they'll use them.
He posted that. Mm-hmm. Not like somebody who hates him, not somebody who's trying to make it sure he never gets a gig in New York ever again. He posted that. Like, that's a pretty funny bit. He called it Mel Gibson the Musical.
I saw that right before I got here.
Did you?
I was like, Rodney's. I've heard of that place.
Where's that? You're like Opie. I think that's a comedy club in New York, maybe.
Holy shit. That room sounded fucking empty, and also a car was running.
Yes, that was louder than him.
Also, Ron does not need a microphone. Did you notice that?
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine being in that crowd and be like, shut the fuck up? So obnoxious.
There was no laughter even on the clip that he posted.
Yeah. Sweeten that stuff, Ron.
I gotta believe, I do believe that if Ron was confronted with, and has been, any kind of crowd, no matter how difficult, he's doing his act. He's going to do exactly that, to no laughs, to all laughs, to yells. He's just going to do it. And that already makes him better than John.
He danced around on the whoopee cushion.
Yeah.
Outside of Gebhardt's. He'll do whatever. He'll humiliate himself. He's not worried about that at all. So how wild is that? Opie returns, and he returns directly into the Dabbleverse. Welcome, Opie. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate you. And we appreciate the fine people who are watching this program right now. We have Is It Gay coming up in just a moment, the Opie or Burr game, reviews, comments, things like that. But first, supertip.gg/WATP is where Happy Valley Wrecking Crew went. John is the worst. I wish he'd leave for good. Go Pens. I don't know about that last part. Go Sabres.
Let me wash your gun. We could smell it in California.
Jesus. It's terrible. David Gall coming in.
Worth noting that Boyd Tinsley was accused of sexually harassing a guy, James Frost Wynn of Crystal Garden, a former Dude bandmate. They both had families and kids at the time. Really weird story.
That's all true. Yeah.
A minimal participation with $10. I think Opie's family is in Pennsylvania, in the Pennsylvania house close to her parents. And Opie refuses to sell the apartment in Beach House because that would make him liquid, and refuses to make it easier for her with a cash influx. Oh, that's interesting. That could be true. Nancram.
What in all that is holy does the Opister's wife call him?
Good question. Yeah. He hates all his names. Beef Drippins. You buttholes. I was just covering this. All right, Beef Drippins. You know, we do Opie stuff over here, you know. Jay Wolfenstein. I vote we start calling him Baby Huey.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. Jay Wolfenstein. Poor Anthony. Missy's going to leave him now that his 10-year-old public records are out in the open. Yeah. No one knew about that. Sean, the producer. Contact Mark from Rodney. See if Ron was there. That's a good idea. I can get his contact.
There's no listing of it. It didn't happen.
I don't think it happened. I think he
not
made that up.
Advertise it unless it was a corporate gig in the middle of the day before that gig. I don't think so.
Yeah. Is Ron just making shit up now?
Yeah, I think so. When it comes to the internet stuff, I think he gets confused. But this, he knows whether he played a club and when.
Yeah. Beef Tip Show is here. Beef Tip Show live on YouTube Friday at 6. Hey, Chris.
Hey.
You know, I don't hear a show advertised more often than Beef Tip Show. If you have a show and you want to advertise it, come to supertip.gg/WATP. It's the best bang for your buck. The reply guy knows all about that.
Carl, you blow a meat whistle, not suck.
Blow a meat whistle. That's why she didn't want to do that. That's a good point. Minimal participation. I love that someone yelled, "Stutter, you piece of shit" at John's show. I feel like this heckle was forgotten in the melee. Yeah, that was a very funny heckle because, of course, Cardiff Electric found the original from John's 1994 performance.
Stutter, you piece of shit!
One of the great drops that we've ever heard.
I was texting with a lot of people going into that, and then everyone went dark at the same time. And for a long time, for hours, I didn't hear from anyone. And the only text I got was from our buddy Darren, and it said, quote, "Stutter, you piece of shit."
Oh, yeah. Darren was there. I was hanging with him and his crew. That was a lot of fun. What a blast it was last Friday in New York.
Can I add one thing?
Please.
It's like a classic fever dream. It's a classic drunk trope from Barfly, from Bukowski, from Fonte, where the drunk falls asleep at the bar or passes out and wakes up, and all of his friends and enemies are there. And they're toasting you or they're cheering you, and you get to have this moment that's like a coming to terms with all of them. And he actually had that, John,
yes,
and had an opportunity to have his dreams come true again, and decided not to? What if he read his act and it didn't go well and people finally felt bad for him for the first time? What if everyone just looked mean when this guy, out of context, was just doing an act and all these people are yelling about his family and all of a sudden the Dabbleverse felt like assholes? You do not get to say that you know what would have happened. And I text him before the show. I said, it doesn't matter if they boo or cheer. There's no wrong reason to buy a ticket. Kill him with comedy. And I sent it and he blocked me.
No shit.
Yeah, so.
Because, Adam, I was with you. I mean, there's been reports that I was patting John on the back on his way up to the stage and going, you got this, buddy, let's go. And I was.
Yes.
I was like, come on, man. This is a room full of people who are giving you a standing ovation as you come to the stage. It reminded me of the Anvil documentary, if you've ever seen that.
Of course.
Where Anvil's this band that was supposed to be as big as Metallica and Anthrax and all these bands they came up with. For whatever reason, they just didn't hit, but they never gave up. They just kept at it. And then the climax of this documentary is they go over to Japan for this big metal festival, and they see they're playing at 9 a.m. and they go, oh, fuck. We thought this was going to be a big show. So they're all disappointed. Cut to, they end up on stage to a giant packed room of people moshing and going fucking nuts for them. This crazy triumphant thing. They're like, this is what we've been wanting our entire career. And it just happened. And it was captured on film. Perfect ending for the film. John could have gone up, performed. He could have opened with his closer. If he just would have talked about jerking off onto his stomach, people would have been cheering. It would have been triumphant in there. Now, would there may have been dicks that started chanting Deadbeat Dad and stuff like that? We don't know. We don't know what would have happened. I do know that everyone turned on him as soon as he decided to not do comedy and to make it just a ridiculous troll on an entire crowd of people who came out to see him.
And he's stooping to their level. If they're horrible for saying these things, then you are too for saying the same things. A comedian does their act. That's it. Gilbert Gottfried does The Aristocrats. He doesn't just walk off. Eric Clapton is so fucked up. He's on the floor playing, but he's going to do his time. You don't just leave.
Yeah, John's not a comedian, not a performer, and it was proven. All right, let's get to the important part of the show, shall we?
Is it weird or is it gay? What will Aaron say today? Is it gay?
Welcome, Megan and Annie.
Hello, hello.
Our review girls.
Hello,
good
it's good to be back.
Happy 10-year anniversary.
Thank you very much. Have I brought that up yet? That it is
Are we old yet?
10-year anniversary of Who Are These Podcasts? We've been doing it since March of 2016. And look at us now. We're still doing it. Way worse than it used to be. I read the subreddit. But we're still doing it. So at least there's that. All right, we're going to play Is It Gay? This is the game that Megan puts together for us, where we watch Aaron Himmel talk about some random bullshit and then try to figure out if Aaron's going to say it's gay or not. Because the thing about Aaron Himmel is that he's not funny and he's not creative. And so the only joke he ever has about things is that it's gay, which totally works in 2026. So take it away, round one. This is worth 1 point for all contestants involved.
Nick Moore believes this is retaliation, and he was just following orders.
Well, Liz, Jarvis Moore says... You know who else was just following the orders? The Nazis. He doesn't even eat honey buns because he's a type 2 diabetic. He believes this goes much deeper than those 200 or so calorie snacks. He thinks despite 24 years of service in Morgan County, this is retaliation.
So wait, this guy's accused, old Frank Nonek, is being accused of like hoarding honey buns.
Is it gay to accuse a diabetic jailer of hoarding honey buns to bribe inmates?
Wow.
Adam.
I only heard honey buns, so yes, gay.
Carl.
That was a mouthful, which is also a gay thing to say. I'm going to say it's gay.
Chris.
Going not gay.
Annie.
I don't think it's gay.
All right, we're split on this one. Let's find out.
And then like getting inmates to do shit for him, and then he'd give them honey buns as a reward. This is all so gay.
Yes! Yes, he would know something about being gay in jail. Aaron does have experience with that. All right, that's round one. Remember, we have 5 rounds worth 1 point each, and then our final round is worth 3 points. So it keeps everybody in the game. Round 2.
this Nick Lee, who is Amaranth's husband. These two need to be studied. Like, if society ever heals and we ever get better and we need people we need to study out of this era, Amaranth and her husband are two of them, as well as the people who give them money and watch their streams. And by the way, these people do multiple times better than I will ever do, no matter what happens. That makes me feel good in a way, because while I do a better show than anyone else you watch, while I'm better than any community I ever got away from and defeated, I will never have the numbers that people like this have. And that makes me feel good because it shows I belong to a bygone era.
Spin it however you want. Well, it's all spin right there. You have to talk about, to bring up the Dabbleverse in that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Megan. You take it away.
Is it gay to have as many viewers as Amaranth for the type of content she puts out? If you don't know who Amaranth is, check her out. Annie?
Yeah, it's gay.
Chris?
Not.
Carl?
I'm going to say it's gay.
Adam?
Not gay.
All right, we're split again. Let's go.
If I did extremely well in this era of online content creation consumption, I would feel gross, because the kind of people who do well are Amaranth and Bonnie Blue.
Okay.
See, he just needs to, hoe it out a little, and maybe he'll get some more money.
He would feel gross if he did that.
Oh,
Megan, he doesn't want to succeed in this with this audience.
He doesn't want money.
That's one of my favorite copes that Aaron does. The whole, I'm glad I don't have as big an audience. Right. Who would want that?
I'm glad I belong to a bygone era.
Yeah.
What a cope.
So glad I'm out of touch.
Yeah.
It's great.
I don't even say that.
All right. Round 3.
Sure. All right, let's try something else. Long ways away today, guys, and I'm happy about the show. I really am. I don't want to come off like I'm, not happy with it. I'm so thrilled with the show. I'm just really hoping we can notch a win. Every time I have to mention it, I know that, people are going to clip it and do all that shit. So I always try really hard to encourage you guys to stay away from that portion of the show.
Is that portion of the show, aka begging for the goal, yay? Adam?
Yes, it's gay.
Carl?
Yeah, I think he thinks it's gay.
Chris?
I think Aaron will say the goal is gay.
Annie?
I think it's gay.
I love this part because he's pretending he's not begging. Guys, don't make me beg. All right, just give me money now, or else I'll be begging, and that'll be weird. So please give me money now.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to be part of that, but give me that money.
And if I do
then
beg,
you don't have to be
it.
part of it.
It's so stupid.
Just because it's gay. It's so retarded. It's like,
yeah.
Just be more jealous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
He
Aaron.
meant that.
He really struggles with his own show format. And I believe there's one person who could fix that for him. This little pig, I think, is on my channel this Friday. We'll get caught up on Aaron Imholt.
I forgot about him this week. It's been Stuttering
know.
John for a whole week, and I'm like, who's Aaron?
So I watched one clip of Aaron. I think I saw it on a subreddit where someone brought up the Stuttering John show, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to stoop to that level to talk about that." It's like, this is the time to talk about Stuttering John. That's what everyone's watching the videos and talking about it. Aaron just couldn't bring himself to do it. So I was like, all right, well then, I'll watch something else. Never mind. All right, round 4.
Hey, the very next text I sent her was, God, this sounds so fucking bad. I'm going to get ripped on so hard for this. I'm craving Girl Scout cookies.
The applause never makes sense.
You want to know something? I still am craving Girl Scout. Sam Show writes, he's fat.
Oh, buddy!
What? Oh, he eats all the Thin Mints in bed. Aaron's on his cycle. Root says, Cuddles, ice cream in the notebook. She's on the rag. Root says, me too, Aaron. Me too. Samoas will be my downfall.
Aaron is going to let us know his favorite Girl Scout cookie is tagalongs. Are
Okay.
tagalongs gay? Annie?
Yeah, they're gay.
Chris?
Sounds pretty gay.
Carl?
I'm going to say no, they're not gay.
Adam?
I'm going gay.
Okay, let's find out. I don't even know what tagalongs are.
They're
Should
like
I know
peanut butter and chocolate. I had to look them up too.
That sounds good.
So gay.
Yeah, I think they used to be called peanut butter delights.
Oh, I love the peanut. Those are my favorites. I hope they're not gay.
I'm more of a tagalongs guy because, of course, I am. My lost interest says Girl Scout
he
cookies
is.
and ice cream.
Yes! Damn it. I picked up a point on you, motherfuckers, with that one. All right, we're going into round 5. What are these scores right now, Producer Chris?
You and TV's Adam Bush are tied at 3. I got
Okay.
2, and he's trailing with 1.
All right. Annie's got to
Come on,
get a
Annie.
point in this one
Get
here.
gay.
Round 5.
Zach Morris, Z-A-C-K or Z-A-C-H?
I think it's CK.
All right. Kelly Kapowski cheated on Zach Morris with Jeff Hunter. It was Jeff. His name was Jeff. Played by actor Patrick Muldoon.
Well, there's a surprise.
Fucking whore. He's right. It's like, remember when Corey cheated on Topanga?
What?
Is it gay if you did not watch Boy Meets World growing up? Adam?
Is it gay if you didn't watch it?
Yeah.
Is
If
it
you
gay?
did not watch it,
Is it gay?
Is it gay?
Sure, why not?
I know. I don't know how to answer that one either. I'm just going to say yes because I don't understand it.
Chris?
No.
Annie?
I think the answer is not gay.
All right, we're split again on this one.
I don't. I never watched that show.
God, you're a fucking gay guy.
What? All right, I got that one.
All the cool kids watched Boy Meets World.
Apparently.
So it's gay because he didn't watch it.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
Makes sense, right?
No.
I know. I know. It doesn't
You're
make any
too
sense.
old.
All right.
You were
so-
adults when that was on, right?
This is true.
I think so.
I did watch Saved by the Bell, though.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing gay about that. Nothing gay about Screech. All right. This is our final round right here, worth 3 points. It's not just is it gay. Megan's going to give us some different choices of what Aaron's going to say for the big punchline for whatever the hell he's talking about in this clip.
Before Hitler took over, you know the books that everybody makes fun of Hitler burning? You know what the books was? Queer books.
It was queer books. I mean, as a First Amendment guy myself, even the queer books, I'm not exactly for setting them alight. Maybe just don't read the queer books if you don't want to. But Bryce Mitchell with one of the most full-throated modern American defenses of Adolf Hitler since David Duke.
Hitler burned queer books because Hitler didn't want a bunch of queers destroying his nation. They can't produce children.
Can't or won't?
Column A,
Never
column
thought of
B.
it that way. All right, was that it?
Yeah.
What does Aaron feel about?
Is there? Hold on. Is there a response? I'm sorry, I didn't see that you added that.
Yeah. It was a little-
What?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah. Aaron said what? Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
Thanks, Megan.
What does Aaron feel about Southern people saying queer? Is it funny, gay, or trashy? Annie?
It's inherently gay, so I'm going with that one.
Chris?
Trashy.
Carl?
I think he's going to think it's funny because that's why he says words like that because he thinks it's funny. That's my guess.
Adam?
Yeah, I'm going funny because he, as the host of the White Power Hour, he doesn't know quite where he stands with this.
Right. He's having a hard time with it.
Okay. What about?
I will say, Southern people saying queer will always be some of the funniest shit in the world to me.
Yes.
There's just
Yes. All right. What's the final tally? Is there a tie for first
There
on this
is.
one?
You're very aware of that, you and Adam.
They call this a race to the bottom.
Gay. Yeah, it's gay.
But we had fun along the way.
You sent me some bonus clips, Megan. Is there anything you want me to set up here?
Oh, I just found some funny things he says.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel better. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay. And I pity any girl who isn't me today. I feel better.
All right.
I feel pretty.
Whoa. Why
Oh, so
why
pretty.
Does this happen here?
I feel pretty and witty.
All right. Sorry about that. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
And then we got another bonus for us, too. Megan putting in a little overtime.
Who gives a fuck, right? Who cares? We're here to have some gay fun on the toe. Who gives a fuck, right?
All right. I don't know
Who cares? We're here to have.
That keeps taking the picture away. But yes, as Megan is searching for the word gay in the transcript, she finds other fun clips that come up. So thank you for that.
Some gay fun.
Thank you for putting that together for us, Megan. You said it was going to be a fun one today. You did not disappoint.
It's always fun.
We appreciate it. All right. I think it's time for another game show, the Opie or Burr game from our buddy Simon.
Hi, diddly ho, bag slapperinos. I'm your host, Simon, from the Worst Ever Podcast, and it's time for Opie or Burr. Did you do your homework? Let's find out in round one. I hate talking about the obvious stuff because it drives people nuts. Because, they dig in with their ideology, and that's all that matters. And that leads me to yes, that's my evil laugh. Let's register those votes.
Wow, this game is tough. I know. I will start with Adam, who I think is the expert on these two.
I mean, that was interchangeable.
Yeah,
Every
it really
word.
is.
I'm going Opie.
I'm going to go Bill Burr. What do you think, Chris?
I went Burr.
Annie?
I think it's Burr.
Megan?
I'm also going Burr.
Wow. Adam's out on a limb right now. Let's find out if he picks up a point on all of us.
And here's the answer.
I hate talking about the obvious stuff because it drives people nuts. Because they dig in with their ideology, and that's all that matters. And that's and that leads me to yes, that's my evil laugh.
So evil, I could watch a guy shit. Let's play round two. All right. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm running out of shit. Congratulations to the lady in Australia who breastfed in Parliament. I don't know why that was a big deal, but evidently it's a big deal. Let's register those votes.
Megan, what do you think?
Burr.
Annie?
I think it's Burr.
Producer Chris?
I went Burr.
Then I'm going to go Opie. Adam, what do you think?
I'll go Burr.
All right.
Here's the answer.
All right. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm running out of shit. Congratulations to the lady in Australia who breastfed in Parliament. I don't know why that was a big deal, but evidently it's a big deal.
Because it was hot. Let's play round three. That's where the good stuff really lies.
Well done, Simon.
Right when you were taking a drink, too. It looked like you almost lost it.
I almost lost it.
Because that's where the good stuff really lies. That's where it's at. I just spilled my coffee all over my chair here. But I'm loving it. Let's register those votes.
Producer Chris, what do you got?
God, they both love their fucking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Going Burr again.
I'm also going to go... No, I'm going to go Opie. Megan, what do you think?
I'll go Opie.
Adam?
Opster.
Annie?
I think it's Burr.
All right, let's find out. We're split.
Here's the answer.
That's where the good stuff really lies. That's where it's at. I just spilled my coffee all over my my chair here. But I'm loving it.
Don't give these two a baby. Let's play round 4.
Simon.
I need to defend something that the right really believes in, that is being canceled. And then I can prove to you that I'm not for canceling any of this shit. I hate cancel culture. Let's register those votes.
Oh, what a horrible take. I think that's Billy Burka. What do you think, Adam?
Wilfred Burr.
What do you think, Annie?
Opie.
Producer Chris?
Burr.
Megan?
Opie.
All right. The ladies like Opie. The guys like Bill. Is that gay? All right.
Here's the answer.
I need to defend something that the right really believes in, that is being canceled. And then I could prove to you that I'm for not canceling any of this shit. I hate cancel culture.
Watch out, Bill Maher. Opie can drink too. Let's play round 5.
All right, this is the final round. What are the scores right now, Producer Chris?
Adam and Megan both have 3.
All right.
Annie with 2. You and me with 1. What the fuck?
Ugh. I stink. I stink at this game. All right.
So, anyways, it's been hot as balls the last 3 days. I think today it's supposed to finally let up a little bit. I don't know. Let's register those votes.
Adam, what do you got?
Burr.
I also think it's Burr. Producer Chris?
I went Burr.
Annie?
I think it's Burr.
Megan, what do you got?
Burr.
All right. Everyone's chilly on this hot clip.
Here's the answer.
So, anyways, it's been hot as bulls the last 3 days. I think today it's supposed to finally let up a little bit. I don't know.
Weather on the 8s, traffic on the 9s, boredom all the time. Congratulations on making it through all 5 clips. Remember to vote for Carl, spay and neuter your pets, and download Scorch's app if you can find it. Simon from the Worst Ever Podcast, signing off.
Thanks, Simon.
Thank you, Simon. Congratulations to Adam and Megan, who tied to win that one. Which means Adam's our big winner today. Well done, my friend.
He looks thrilled.
Show him what he's won.
Yeah, vote for Carl. Patreon.com/thecreepoff is where you can go to vote for Carl. And I would appreciate that. And actually, since we're talking about that, I will do this.
The teaser. Next week's teaser.
The teaser.
It's part of the show where we tease the next episode of Who Are These Podcasts. That's coming up this Saturday for those of you who are Patreon supporters or on YouTube or Supercast. The audio comes out on Sunday morning, and we will have Vinny Paulino in studio with us. Now, I don't know what we're going to be talking about because it's possible Vinny will be driving back from Allentown Saturday morning after seeing Stuttering John Melendez perform stand-up comedy. If that's the case, I want to talk to him about that. And if not, we'll review a podcast. Also very possible.
Stefan Lessard, the bass player from Dave Matthews, just made an appearance on a podcast. I can download that one for you.
Perfect. Yes, please do.
Last I heard, Vinny was definitely in.
Okay.
And he made it sound like he's coming back that night.
Oh, he would do something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's even more reason for me not to go.
Well, no shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so that's 9 hours.
Yeah, how long is it to Allentown?
4.5.
Fuck. I can't do these road trips anymore.
I know.
It's too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting, but anywho.
Megan, do we have any new comments on Spotify you can read for us?
Do. From last week's episode 704, some guy in New Hampshire said, Shane Gillis's ex-girlfriend reminds me of a Chip Chipperson clip where he makes fun of Opie. I'm funny if you don't agree, I'll tell you. Despite popular opinion, I'm funny.
Yes. That was very funny.
We have Slow Dancer saying, didn't think Epstein Island was funny until Burr and Whitney said it was.
Good comment.
And then I have a comment from episode 705. Gary says, I've seen Keanu a couple years ago. I thought she would have improved. Nope.
There have been no laughs!
What do you mean?
None!
I was at the show. I can report back. Thanks for commenting on Spotify. That helps the algorithm. And also reviewing our show on Apple Podcasts or wherever you review podcasts certainly helps the algorithm. Shows that people are interested and engaging. And do we have any new reviews for our show?
Yes, one of them comes in from Apple Podcasts from Ohio listener about 5 days ago saying, "For the love of God, stop playing Bill Burr clips. I cannot stand the sound of him laughing at his own stupid jokes. You're talking to no one, Bill. Stop laughing. It's not funny." Insert Seinfeld clip here. How in the world does he and Whitney have shows and careers? Horrible takes on all topics.
All right. So we are ruining people's lives, which I always appreciate. I always appreciate when I hear people like finally just losing it. Like, why do I keep listening to this? It's driving me insane. I bet that's a 5-star review.
Yeah, they get it.
Nice.
I think Tukey was right, and I'm going to keep saying it. We all have a sort of brain rot going on. We're all infected with something.
Mm-hmm. Very true, but it's so much fun. We're all having a blast doing it, even though Opie doesn't want to get involved in it. Annie, what do you have coming up on your YouTube channel? Where can people find that?
They can go to @AnnieO'Ryan, or you can search that up. It's actually @Insanity, but either way, you'll find it. On my YouTube channel, I do a variety of different games stuff. This morning, I had Mammy on my show, so if you don't get enough of her, come check that out. And then tomorrow, I'll be role-playing as Karmic X in space.
Wow.
Yay.
Nice. Did you talk to Mammy about her relationship with VTL?
Yes, I haven't done that on stream. This has been a little bit behind the scenes stuff. I don't know how much she really wants out there, but if she opens her mouth while she's on my stream, that's public.
Nice. Very good. And then Adam, you have a show people should check out.
I do. I invite everybody to check out the Red Weather podcast with Ryder Strong from classic TV show Boy Meets World. It is a fictionalized true crime podcast. And if you're looking for good, high-quality violin fiddle playing, I recommend Jason Crosby and the Jason Crosby Collective coming to the Capitol Theater.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Can he play the box?
Right. Can he tap out a box?
No.
Rhythmically?
No, he cannot. He has really good taste.
Oh, well, then what's even the point? I don't understand. So I know you guys are going to be disappointed, but because I was running way behind today, I have not listened to any voicemails. There will be no voicemails. I was way caught up on our show this weekend. If you did,
it's a bunch of crap.
I know, I'm the worst.
Rock and roller.
I believe right now, if you want to tune over to Once Over with Kaylee, I think that Lucy Does Dabbleverse is on. It's either now or in a few minutes, talking about DMCA strikes with Cardiff Electric. So Lucy Does Dabbleverse. Check that out if you're watching us live. If not, we'll see you next time.
I gotta go. Bye. I gotta go.
Okay, bye. This is Nate from Flint, Michigan. And guess what? This voicemail's over.
All right, everybody. This was a great podcast. It was very revealing.
All right, ready to roll the credits?
Yep. All right, guys.
Bye.
Until next time. Bye.
I don't know. Who gives a shit? Why am I even still doing this? I'm out of here.
Man, that was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
I enjoyed that.
Okay, bye.
Who are these
podcasts?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Makes no sense.
Thank you all for keeping us on the air for 10 years of Who Are These Podcasts. We appreciate you.